Hey guys, before we get this show started, I just wanted to remind you, I'm going on my first tour ever. It's my podcast tour that's called The Man on Water. And if you guys have been on this journey with me and you've been loving this show, please come join me live. If I'm coming to your city, this is my first time ever, and I would love to see you guys there. If you want tickets, all you gotta do is go to thegeorgejankoshow.com and get your tickets today. I'm going to Portland and Seattle next month. I'm going to Chicago and many other cities after that, so make sure you guys get your tickets. I remember when I went to the Arizona one, there was a long line of people wanting to get tickets, but they were already sold out by the time the day of the show, and it broke my heart. I went out there and I talked to them, but please, 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 if you're really, really wanting to go, get your tickets now before it's too late. I love you guys and enjoy this episode.
There was this one moment where I was sitting in my kitchen in West Hollywood, and I was reading the book of Matthew, and it was the story of Peter walking on the water where Jesus was like, "Come out to me." And he was walking, and then he looks left and right, and then he starts to sink. And he's like reaching for Jesus. And I don't know what happened in my heart, but I think that was the moment that I realized that like the Bible isn't this old book that doesn't apply to our life. I was reading this scripture that's thousands of years old, and at the same time, it felt like it was speaking directly into my situation and my life in 2023. I didn't even know what else to do but to just cry. And so I think in that moment, like I realized who Jesus really was. Whether I really even knew how to put words to it or not, I was addicted at that point. I was so locked in. I was like, I don't know what that was that I just felt, but I want more of it.
I'm just praying, I don't fight, I just pray. I only go the way of mistake.
That's lovely, George. I love it. For a real gift to be around.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's a very good question.
I love you guys.
You've given me something to think about.
Over for a lot of outlets.
Welcome back, guys. How we doing, bro? Okay, he's so quiet.
Oh, was this good?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all framed up? Everybody, Allie, you doing good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Welcome, Allie Yost.
Yes! With an S.
It's like toast.
That's right. It's like toast.
That's the first thing
That's
I
what my
said to her.
dad says, because he gets so, you know, it's his last name, but he's
Yeah.
like, we get a lot of Yosts, and he's like, it's Yost like toast. So I like that you connected that. That's how we do it.
Okay, cool.
That's
Thank you.
sweet.
Tell him I said the toast thing.
Sure, I
So
will.
that way he knows I stood 10 toes down. I'm making sure the at the
I
end
love
was
that.
there.
That's good.
I'm so dyslexic. What did I say it was when I first met you? I was like,
Yote,
yot,
like goat.
yot.
You're like, Yote. Like the S in there, but yeah, close.
Almost.
Yeah.
I already know today's going to be a great episode, and I will tell you why, because you don't even know yet.
No, I don't.
So I've been just on this...
I thought it was just because I was here. I was like,
your energy is there. I love it. I love your energy.
Yeah, thanks.
I was sitting in the kitchen, and we were literally just done praising God for like our guest
love
list.
that.
We were just... You didn't even know what I was going to say. I could
praising
have said,
God,
I've
that's
been
enough.
praising God for this war to continue. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing?
I hear praising God, and I'm like, praise God. Yeah. Praise God. Sorry,
Don't
I'm
come at her.
interrupting you.
No, we were praising God about our guests, and I was like, man, this has been so nice. He's just been giving me guests. And then Belle walks up the stairs. She goes, "You'll never believe who I just bumped into at the gym." And I was like, I have a feeling it's going to be our next guest. And lo and behold, welcome.
Thank you guys so much.
we
I'm
just did
honored,
some I'm so
actually.
sorry.
Like, truly honored. I'm so excited to be here.
No, thanks for coming. No, I
for having me.
literally, so I was leaving the gym and I'm walking down the stairs and there's like this stretching area. And I turn my head.
I'm on the ground doing one of these. Those are chest. I don't know. Biceps, maybe.
Yeah. And she's wearing the cutest, like all pink outfit. And I see your little face and I'm like, that's Allie. And because we follow each other on socials, but we've
Yeah.
never actually met. So I literally just like scooted over and I
My
went to
jaw.
sit down.
I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Shawna.
It was so cute.
The world is weird to have that happen nowadays. Because how
Yeah.
old are you, if you don't mind me
30.
asking? You're 30?
Yeah. You look 25
Wow.
or 23.
Yeah, you look 23. I would say like
Thank
23.
you. Yeah, I'm 30.
I was about to say like I'm way older than you, but I'm
How
only
old
2
are you?
years older than you.
Oh, you're 32.
I look 32.
Oh. No, you don't. I would have thought you were about my age. Like
Really?
29, 30. Yeah.
29, 30. I am your age. I thought you meant like what you were
Like,
looking at.
Right. Exactly my age, you know?
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I was asking. I got so excited about this coffee because you are the queen of Christ and coffee.
That's right. On ice, which you did. Love
Cheers.
that. Cheers.
Cheers. Do you have your coffee?
I don't, actually.
What the? That's off-brand, dude.
I've already had 2 today, so I was like, I would.
That's also unhealthy.
Right.
You had 2 today?
Yeah, what do you mean?
That's not bad.
Well, like I had like half of one this morning, and then I had a full one later.
I feel like what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this episode is I'm going to feel like I'm going to be like teamed up on. I should have put you just right over there, actually. It would have just been
Honestly,
you two.
yeah.
Dude, so tell me about yourself. Like, how did you get started in the world of like podcasting?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I started blowing up on the internet back in 2020. So I started making TikToks on the internet, and I didn't know Jesus at this time, but I was making videos, and I kind of started this series called Hey Girly Pop. And so I would look in the camera, and a lot of my followers are women. So I would be like, hey, girly pop. And I would just speak from my heart of what I felt people needed to hear. And I think just during that time of COVID and everything, it was so dark. And I think a lot of times too, I was like, what would Allie really appreciate hearing right now? You know? And so I would just speak encouragement into people, into their situations, whether that was a breakup or lack of purpose or, you know, whatever that is. And everyone loved it, and it started to blow up, and people were like, we want longer form. Like, would you consider starting a podcast? And I was like, I mean,
That's cool.
So it was my comment section, actually, that was like, you should start a podcast. And I was like, okay.
What a compliment.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious that somebody at home typing gave you
Yeah.
your greatest accomplishment as like I would say like you're killing it right now.
It's like my main job now, yeah.
It's top 10 on the charts, and you're just
I don't know.
Dude, that's awesome. But okay, so you're online. You don't know who Jesus is just yet.
No, I mean, so I grew up in a Christian household, but it wasn't anything like super religious. So I don't know if I really knew who Jesus was. Like, I believed in him, and I knew that he died for my sins, but I don't even think I really knew what my sins were. I think sometimes when I would hear that, I'd be like, well, I'm a good person, so I don't know. Like, I didn't murder anyone. You know what I mean? So sins even to me was like, what?
So true.
And so at that point, like, I would pray to God, but he felt so far away. Like, I didn't have an intimate relationship with him. Like, I didn't have a friendship with him. I didn't realize that his spirit could literally be here, and I'm like, hey, bestie. You know, like, I didn't think that was like a thing. So, yeah, at that time, like, I believed in Jesus, but I definitely didn't have him. Like, I wasn't filled with the Spirit, like, none of those things.
So do you actually feel a difference from how you used to live versus like now when you're walking with the Spirit?
Yeah.
It's a different feeling?
Yeah.
Comforting.
Peace.
Yeah. Shalom.
Purpose. Yeah. Like, so much more purpose. I don't feel empty. I don't feel like I'm thirsty. Like, I just felt like before I really knew Jesus, I was like looking for something to drink in everywhere. Like, I think a lot of my foundation was people, and I think I was like yearning for this love that I think we were obviously all made for. And I didn't know where to find it. And so, yeah, I was trying to find it in friendships, romantic relationships, and all of those were crumbling around me. You know, I tried the partying scene and drinking and doing all the things, and like, it was fun and exciting, but then I think I got to a place where I was just so empty, and I'm like, what is this that I'm like not feeling fulfilled in? I thought it was like my purpose, my calling, like whatever. And so, yeah, I think the biggest difference now is like, I feel content and I feel like whole. Like, I've met my Jesus, you know, like my purpose, my creator.
Very self-aware. Like, it's kind of cool that I get to speak to women like you that are like, yo, the men in my life are not supplying the need that I'm needing in a spiritual realm.
Yeah.
You grew up, I know Jesus, I didn't really do anything. What was the connect where you were like, oh, hey, you're right here. How you doing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, the Holy Spirit, I met the Holy Spirit, and I was like, oh, that's a crazy feeling.
But like where? At a Hollywood Hills party? Like, where'd you meet him?
No. It was in the middle of West Hollywood, though. So I moved out here to LA. And I moved to LA back in the beginning of 2023, and I was moving from Charlotte, North Carolina, which I lived there for 7 years. And then before that, I was born and raised in upstate New York. So,
So New York first.
Yeah.
California 2020?
2023.
I
So
thought
when I
you
was
said
blowing up on the internet.
You weren't even in LA yet.
No.
Wow.
I was in Charlotte.
What made
Yeah.
you start making videos? Just for fun?
So there was an app called Vine. Do we remember that app?
Okay.
Right.
That's where I started.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, me too. Kind
No
of.
way. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
And so I was just making stupid videos on Vine, whatever, 6 seconds. I would like make fun of my life or myself, or sometimes I would sing, but whatever. They would like pop off on Vine. I got 200,000 followers. That
Let's
was like a
go.
lot for the time. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, and
That
then,
must have felt so nice in
dude,
Charlotte.
I was like, I'm the best. I've died to myself, but back then, you know,
I was living.
I was like, I'm the best. Anyway, so then Vine, you know, it had its moment and then it was gone. And so, yeah, I guess that's kind of where it started. And then I don't know. I kind of felt like I tried to do YouTube and stuff, and I was doing like makeup tutorials because I was a makeup artist for a little bit, and so and nothing was really like popping off the way it did, and I thought that was kind of just like, okay, that was my moment on the internet, you know. And then when TikTok rolled around, I was kind of like resistant at first. I was like, I'm not downloading another app. I'm not doing it. I'm not joining and like hopping on another trend, whatever. And then I caved at like 3 a.m. on a Tuesday, probably just bored, and I was like, what if
Opening
I just
up Taco
tried?
Bell.
Yeah, right. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, what if I just tried again? Like, just for funsies. Like, I don't know. I think that was just always in the back of my head where I was like, I wonder if I could do that again. And so, actually, the first video that went viral for me on TikTok wasn't even the Girly Pop series. I was like kind of making fun of the situation with an ex-boyfriend.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Hey,
whatever.
collateral.
Right. So not my proudest moment, but yeah, it just kind of went viral overnight. I mean, literally, I woke up and I was like, oh, millions of likes and views, and then I softened up, and then I was like, let's get some hope out there, you know. And then the Girly Pop, and so whatever, yeah.
I think it's so interesting that, you know, your initial start online was giving other people hope, while it seems like all at the same time you were finding your own hope and you were finding your own purpose.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And so now that you found that true purpose, you're like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I got something even better for you guys.
Yeah. Which is crazy because like I didn't expect that to happen. Like me finding the Lord is like fully documented on the internet. Like people can see who I was, and then like my sanctification was like documented throughout, you know, the internet, which was crazy because I had a following on TikTok of over, you know, 1.5 million followers or whatever before I even found Jesus. And so, yeah, it was cool that like that was my heart the whole time, was wanting to give people hope. And I feel like maybe that was because I probably wanted it myself too, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Also, what a delight that your children will get to see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful thing. I think we yearn to like I yearn. Like when I look at my mom and dad, they're my best friends.
Yeah.
I always think like, what were they like at my age?
Yeah, it's
And
true.
our children are gonna be like, I know a little bit too much about
Yeah,
you, Dad.
I'm almost like, I don't know if I want them to see all of it, but that's okay.
They walk in, they're like, Mom, which ex are you talking about here at 2
You're
o'clock in the
throwing a
morning?
lot of F-bombs, Mom. That's crazy. Jeez.
That's so funny.
So what was your surrendering moment to Jesus? What was that moment when, you know, whether your back was up against the wall or that moment where your eyes were truly opened and then him dying on the cross for you clicked and you're like, I understand it.
Oh, I love that. Wow. Well, I will say that when I like, you know, started blowing up on the internet, whatever, and then I was like, I'm gonna move to LA, like all the influencers do when they start blowing up on the internet.
I don't like how you looked at me when you said that.
No, I was just looking at both of you.
You were locked in at her, and then you were
Listen,
like all these influencers, and then you went back to me. I was like, whoa.
Just try and make eye contact with everybody. Jeez, look over here now. Forget it.
I came to
sorry
be an
about
actor.
him.
I was the 90s kid.
Right. I actually don't really know your story, George. And I'd like to know it, though.
We'll get to know each other.
I want to know, I want to know more about you
I
guys.
promise this is the best time to do it.
Okay. Anyway, what was I saying?
You're in LA, you're in the middle of West Hollywood.
Sure, yeah. And so on my way out to LA, like at that point I was like, you know, my foundation of people was like falling apart. I didn't feel like I really would have like a ton of support. I'm very close with my family too. Like I love them. My parents are incredible. But being so far away from the East Coast, which is all I ever really knew, I was like, I'm gonna have to have some kind of support. Like I felt that.
Yeah.
And so I knew it was God, interesting enough, in my mind, like in my head, I heard a voice and he was like, okay, you're gonna need a foundation. Like you're gonna need something to lean on, was like the words that I really felt.
Wow.
And he was like, I want you to like really give me a chance. Like really try me. Like actually give me a chance. Because there were times in my life, I told you, I kind of grew up in a Christian household where I would try to open my Bible, but I'm probably starting at like Genesis 1 and I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's just so overwhelming, immediately throw it away, it collects dust, you know? So I never really tried Jesus. And so in that moment, he was like, will you just actually like try me, like lock in? And I was so desperate. I was like, okay, what do I have to lose? I've tried everything else. Like, yeah, I was just desperate. And so I went to my local Barnes & Noble, still in Charlotte, right before, like 2 weeks before I moved out to LA. And I'm Googling everything because I'm like, what translation do I get? I don't know. Where do I start in the Bible? You know, so Google was literally like my discipling me.
Hilarious.
Completely. Like, praise all the Christians online. Like, you helped. I needed that. And so, yeah, I started reading my Bible. And I think there was this one moment where I was sitting in my kitchen in West Hollywood, and I was reading the book of Matthew, and it was the story of Peter walking on the water where Jesus was like, come out to me. And he was walking, and then, you know, he looks left and right, and then he starts to sink. And he's like reaching for Jesus. And I don't know, it was just the Spirit. Like, I don't know what happened in my heart, but I think that was the moment that I realized that, like, the Bible isn't this old book that doesn't apply to our life. Like, I was reading this scripture that's thousands of years old, and at the same time, it felt like it was speaking directly into my situation and my life in 2023. And I was like, this is a crazy feeling. And I just felt the love of God just wash over me, and I didn't even know what else to do but to just cry. And so I think in that moment, like, I realized who Jesus really was, whether I really even knew how to put words to it or not, but I was like, oh my gosh, he's my friend. Like, he's here for me, you know? And then, yeah, I think that just kind of started to really evolve of like the gravity of what Jesus did for me as I continued to like seek him. And, I was addicted at that point. I was so locked in. I was like, I don't know what that was that I just felt, but I want more of it. And so I just started reading my Bible more and more. And yeah, so here we are. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. He really called you.
He did. Yeah. He really called me, and he just ripped me out. Like, he was like, no more. Like, you're done, you know, with all of the worldly stuff that I was in and doing. And yeah, so.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You started a podcast because comments were on there. So where in that timeline were you with your relationship? So when you started the podcast,
It was a different podcast.
it was a different podcast. What was that called?
It was called Girly Popcast.
And what made you just all right, we're going full in Christ and
mode.
coffee. Yeah.
Well, it was funny. So Girly Popcast was a podcast.
I love that name, by
Guys,
the way.
thanks for asking all these questions. You're so kind. I know it's your job right now, but I'm like, this is so sweet. You're asking all these questions. Yeah, Girly Popcast. You get it?
I
It's
like
kind of-
it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So people
Actually,
would write
kind
in.
of like I shouldn't like it that much. Like every time I hear it, I'm like, wow.
You're like,
Cutie,
I can see it's very pink.
It is. Everything was pink.
I felt it.
Right. It was all pink. Bubble gum. Like,
Let's go.
Yeah.
That'd be a cute gum. Maybe you can make up a gum company called Girly Pop.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's not dead. Maybe she's still alive. Girly Pop. But
Anyways,
so I had Girly Popcast, and a lot of what I did on that pod was like people would write in about their situations. They could do it anonymously, but it would be like, you know, situational, whether it was like friendships, relationships, whatever. And we would talk through it. I think I've always had a heart for like counseling. Like, I just love like helping people.
You love community.
I do.
So like your relationship with God started because you wanted a friend.
Yeah.
And God knew that your heart was pure, so he kept you safe and then blew you up right when you got introduced to him. Because if you would have blown up before him, you would have had fake friends and you would have never needed him.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah. But like blew me up enough where people could witness the shift in me.
Yeah.
Because it's like Allie went from like this happy girly pop girl to like Allie who was like filled with joy and purpose, which
Yeah.
there's such a difference, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I'm doing this podcast and I'm encountering Jesus and I'm learning more and more about his character and his heart and who he is. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I actually probably should start telling people about this, because everything we talk about on the podcast, I'm like, this feels like the answer. You know, like when people are coming about these things, I'm like, Jesus. Jesus is the answer, guys. It's crazy. And so I would like, it was so funny because in the beginning I tried to be like I'd be like really cool about it, and I'd be like, yeah, like you can believe in whatever you want, like the universe or whatever, but like Jesus has been working for me, so I'm just gonna say like try it, you know? So I would be like,
You know that reminded me of? It's like when Peter denied him, but like not fully denied him. He's like, no, I wasn't with him, but like I heard about him.
Yeah.
Like he's cool.
Right.
I ain't with him.
I hung out with him for a few years, but like I don't know, like
That's so
that
funny.
was me. I was so, because I didn't know how people would react. You know,
Yeah.
like I
Of
didn't
course.
build my platform on like Jesus.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm like throwing in his word, like his name, you know, every so often. And I was just finding myself wrestling, and I was getting mixed feedback. Some people were like, that's cool. Some people were like, what the heck? Like, this is not what we signed up for, Allie. Get back to the original content. This is weird. And I'm like, okay, so I'm like at this middle ground, right? Where I'm like, obviously I'm like getting more and more on fire for the Lord and more passionate about Jesus. but also there's a little fear man in me still where I'm like, but I still want to like make people comfortable and I don't want them to feel like I'm shoving it down their throats. And so, but I felt frustrated with that because I was like, God, I hate that I even feel that way. Like, I hate that I'm thinking right now, oh, well, I talked a lot about Jesus last week, so I probably shouldn't talk too much about him this week. Like, that sucks, you know? And so I was sitting at my kitchen table in my apartment and I was praying to God and I was like, God, what do I do? And he was like, why don't you just make a whole platform that's just about me then? Like, this is his grace. He's so sweet for this. He made me think I could juggle both podcasts at the same time. So I'm still doing Girly Popcast. He's like, yeah, go ahead, keep doing that. But then start a whole new platform where it's like, and they know what they're getting into. I mean, it's literally called Christ with Coffee on Ice. Like, we're only gonna talk about that. And then there's no guilt, there's no whatever. I can just yap about him as much as I want. And so I was like, okay, God, that sounds easy. I can do that. And so for about 3 months, I did both podcasts. I'm losing all momentum and honestly, like, fire for Girly Popcast. I loved my people over there, but like, I was on fire for Jesus, you know?
Yeah.
And so
Your love changed.
my love changed. My heart changed.
Did it feel kind of like, it sounds a little weird, but like you fell out of love with a relationship? It's like you're wanting to keep it alive, but you know that person's no good for you anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt. I was just kind of like, I feel like I'm here for the wrong reasons. Like,
Wow, yeah. Because your eyes get open to like,
yeah, bro, that's such a way of putting it.
Yeah.
This is how we were, like this.
Yeah.
And then being with Jesus, you just get to see more. And a lot
Yeah.
of people don't understand how painful that could get.
yeah, it is.
When you start seeing your loved ones or your business partner or even your audience, dude, when you start seeing them the way that Jesus wants you to start seeing them, you're like, sometimes you wish you could shut your eyes back.
Yeah.
But then another, you know what I mean? Like,
That reminds me of the video that you originally saw me.
Yes, dying to your old self.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please
Because that's kind of what I
explain
was.
that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling. Like, I don't think at the time I knew that, but I had this little series that I was doing a little bit on Instagram, which is how Shawna found me, called my Journaling to Jesus series, and those were like real journals of me legitimately writing to Jesus, and then I made like this cool cinematic video to it. But I was basically being like, dang, I'm like, it was kind of that same feeling of like, I wish I could kind of shut my eyes again because everything that I was seeing in this old version of me, I was like, that's so sad, you know? But I was also kind of mourning her. Like, it kind of felt like a breakup with an old version of myself where I was like, dang, I'm gonna miss her, you know? Like, because in a lot of ways, it's like, obviously she was no good, but it's like comfortable. Like, our sin is comfortable, you know? And it's like, I always knew her. Like, she was like my friend. And so it's crazy to see like the old parts of you dying, because once you see it, like, you can't unsee it. And there is a part of you that's like, dang, I kind of wish that things could be back the way it was, but we
She was
don't.
cool.
But we don't, because
Yeah,
it's better
exactly.
here.
yeah.
But yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
know? Do you know why you two are gonna be insanely powerful human beings on this planet? Like, to a point where there's gonna be generations that will look at you guys, and children will be introduced by their parents by like a way of like, hey, you know, this girl helped me out, and this and this and that. And the reason why you guys are gonna be so fruitful and blessed is because you do the one thing that from Adam and Eve till now every man has a problem with, and it's just being honest.
Wow.
And not only being honest with God, because that's a tough one,
Yeah.
but you got so honest with God that you're like, yo, I'll put the whole world to let me see it. But once you kind of get to a place where you're so comfortable that you could, I know sounds a little disrespectful, but truly listen to what I'm saying. When you could dance naked in front of the world, because Adam and Eve were naked, they had nothing to be ashamed about. Obviously, I'm not asking you guys to go naked. I'm saying, but the heart, to be so naked out there for everybody could seeing it, it's a place where it's like, it makes other people uncomfortable or inspired. And they're like, oh man, like, how could she put everything out there? Then they wait and they live in their seasons that they're living in. Maybe they hate you. Maybe they despise you. Maybe one of the comments that were messaging you, like, get back to talking about that girly pop.
Right.
And then they're looking at your fruits another year, and then another year, and then you'll get married, and then they'll see the way you raise your kids. The harvest takes a long time.
Yeah.
And all we're responsible for is planting the seed, not having it grow. That's God's job.
Yeah.
So we get overwhelmed by that. But watching you get to a place where you could say anything and everything, to a place where you'll put your journal in front of the whole world, that is the qualification to be one of the most righteous and powerful women I've ever met. And now I understand what you were meaning by when you were talking about her. That's a substantial thing. And everything about you is real. Like when I'm talking to you, nothing over me is like, oh, I don't know if I feel what she's feeling. Like you're very real. Like you're a very real person. I pray that if we all see that, then both spirit sides are going to see that. And I just pray that God protects you so that way your heart never gets affected enough to stop telling people what you're going through. Because you might be able to put this stuff on camera and do it, but I live in the world that you live in, and I know the moments you don't want to share and you do want to share, but you still share because God goes, hey, Allie, I need you to share that. And you're like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with it. And he's like, I know you're not comfortable with it, but I need you to grow in front of my other children.
Wow.
So I know what you're doing, and I'm not going to just sit back and not
you,
compliment
George.
that. That's a really cool thing to be in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Of course. No, but I mean, like, and going back to that video, that's how I even saw you. I mean, there's a reason, there's a purpose why you're doing this. And you were one of the reasons for me. Like, you literally came up on my For You page, and when you expressed that, you know, it was so, I mean, it hit me so hard I had to share it here. And I remember watching you, and I was crying and crying and crying because I didn't even know in that moment that that's why I felt the way I felt. I didn't understand why I was feeling this way. And then you came on and you just expressed exactly what was on my heart. And I'm like, wow, okay, so this is why I'm feeling this way. And it gave me this reassurance that, okay, it's okay that it's not a bad thing that
This is
I'm
normal.
feeling sad.
Like other people have felt this.
Yeah, I'm just, this is part of the process. Because I was feeling guilty, and I was feeling like I almost wanted to shut myself off to continue, you know, growing with God, because I was feeling like, wait, hold on, I don't want to have to stop doing this or you know, stop wanting this in my life. And, you know, all the things that you miss about, it's kind of like a little pass.
Totally.
When you're not aware of the things that you shouldn't be doing, it's a pass to do the things that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And it's hard, like, moving past that.
Yeah.
And so it was so powerful the way that you explained it, and it really helped me.
Praise God.
Have you ever done modeling?
Yeah, for a little bit.
You know where they hold the light thing when the sun reflects off of it?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people don't understand. So let me explain it.
It's like, it looks like foil kind
It's
of.
a little foil, and if you angle it perfectly right with the sun, this thing will melt your face right off. And Belle could look at the camera, and I can't even, it feels like the second coming of Jesus. Like, I can't even look at it. It's so bright.
Yeah.
The reason I brought that up is because that man had to position himself in front of the sun for it to beam like that.
Wow.
And you two ladies are positioning your hearts to God, so that way when he's talking to you in your closet alone, it's reflecting to Shawna.
Goodbye.
Then Shawna is able to sit here with Dr. Jordan Peterson, express things that he can't even figure out in his mind. So all I'm saying is this, all it takes is two things: being humble enough to say, hey, God, I don't know who you are. I don't know what my sins are.
Yeah.
Could you give me wisdom to see this? And then the second is, okay, now my eyes are open, but do I want to keep walking on the water?
Wow. Yeah.
And that could get daunting. It could get very, very, very scary when you start seeing everything for what it is. So I just pray that you guys continue to do it. I'm actually at awe of both of you guys.
I'm proud to. Well, to you too. I mean, everything you're
all
saying
of
to
us.
us is
No,
the same
I'm
thing to you.
awesome.
But
I know that.
You're great.
Are you doing anything that you're really excited about recently? Like, you got any projects coming out? Or like, I know you were doing 2 podcasts. You dropped 1.
Yeah.
You're staying true to this. This is around 2023. So this is your second, third year going on?
Yeah, maybe third year.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Do you do guests like all the time, or is it mostly just you and?
Yeah, it's pretty much just me.
That's
I mean,
sick.
I do guests.
But that's so cool and
But I
relaxing.
do it by myself, yeah.
That's
it's very
so
much like
cool.
me and the listener, which is really sweet.
And how many
intimate.
times do you post?
Once a week.
Once a week?
Every
Okay, cool.
Friday. Yeah.
All right.
how do you prep for it? What's your process? How do you know what you're going to speak about? Since it's about Christ, right? So
Yeah, it's about Christ and coffee. Yeah, so that's a funny question because I've tried to prep for episodes. I don't know how you guys like operate, but I'm kind of like by the seam of my pants a little bit, but the Lord really works with that. Like, I actually don't really know what we're going to talk about until maybe like an hour before, like on my car ride there.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I'll just pray and I'll ask the Spirit. And so, is that what you do?
Wow.
Come on.
I did this one big episode. Could you put the AC on? I'm so sorry. I'm like melting. I did this episode and I had, I'm not gonna mention who it is because I don't want to sit here and be bragging, but one of my guests brought a few people. We had like a live audience at this point.
Oh, wow.
And afterwards he comes up to me and goes, bro, we never we kept looking at you. You didn't have any notes. And I said,
I noticed that too. You guys didn't like send over any kind of like, okay, these are the questions.
No.
Like, yeah.
Nah.
I was like, these might be my people.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna rip.
And they were like, bro, this is like 3 hours long. How did you do that? And
Yeah.
I said, I'll say the same thing over and over. Like, people think I'm joking when I say it's all the Lord.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
If I go in with me, then you get the first episode of Dr. Jordan Peterson. And it's a terrible plane crash. It's like full of ego and desires of my own.
Yeah.
But if I pray and I said, hey, God, like, make me slow to speak, quick to listen. Let me ask the right questions. Let me just be in the moment. Belle would actually over-prepare. And
Wow.
I literally sat her down. I go, hey, you're preparing too much. You need to chill out. And she was like,
Gosh.
why?
Like
And
a
I-
documental presentation
You're like,
about
we
the
have to be
person.
prepared. This is what we're being responsible of what the Lord has given us. You know, like you gotta be. I get that though, and sometimes people operate that way. But for me, I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna rely on the
We're
Spirit.
chatty.
We're just
We
professional.
were born with this.
Right?
I got in trouble in school for this.
No, same, yeah.
Yeah.
Just they would move me to someone else, and I'd be talking to that person. They'd like try to separate me from my other friends, and then it never mattered.
I just made friends wherever I went.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Did you ever get separated where like this is really bad? I got to the final straw where they moved me up against the teacher's desk.
And you're talking to the teacher?
Loved the teacher.
Right.
The teacher's like, I got to get you out of here. So they faced my desk to the wall.
Wow.
So I'm just sitting there at the
And
wall
now
every
you're just
day.
writing on it. Like for me, I would just be like, Allie, like just writing on the wall, talking to myself.
I was doing that stupid S, you know that one where it has 3
Yeah.
lines?
Yeah.
And then you try to
Oh,
connect it, and they're
yeah.
like, you can't, now
what
you're
was the
suspended.
obsession with that?
That was all over my binders. And my name starts with an S.
Yeah.
So I was like Shawna with that S all over everything.
She's like, I own this.
yeah,
This is
that's
mine.
cool. I used
Yeah,
to
I
do
love
it with
that.
flames.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you ever go on tour?
Yeah. My team has asked me to do that, and I would totally do it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for the timing. I almost did it this year.
Have
but
you
I didn't
ever
feel
performed
grace-
live?
No.
Would you want to try it before you do it?
How would I try it before I do it?
We're
What do you
going
mean?
on tour. We start next month.
Oh, cool.
You could just be one of our guests. We have like a lot of cool guests
That'd be
lined up.
awesome.
Yeah, I
I'd
mean, I
love
don't
that.
have to put the pressure on you. You can cut this out. But I'm just saying, if you ever wanted to just experience it,
down.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
down. That'd be
'Cause
so
it's I
fun.
feel like it's gonna be the same type of audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
gonna come on and talk. So
Yeah, no, I'm
That'd
down.
be so much fun.
imagine
be
she gets
so
on
fun.
and she's just.
That is, I rebuke that. I rebuke that. That's not right. Stop!
I rebuke that.
Rebuke that. I overuse it sometimes where I'm like, this is blasphemous. I shouldn't. This isn't right, God. This is blasphemous.
She meets God. She goes, "Do you know how many times you rebuked somebody?"
Yeah, he's like, Allie, that didn't need to be rebuked, babe. It's all good. Yeah.
That's so funny. No, if you ever are actually into it and you want to test it out, that way you
Yeah.
don't have to go and like.
I'm
Because
down.
we did 2 tests on our own, and thank God they did well. But like,
And
that
when you
was a
say
nervous-
that, like, is that you guys just going on other people's tours then? When you test it? Or
No, I just did 2 shows.
you just do it.
Well, I grew up live performing.
Okay.
So like I love live performing.
Yeah.
If you haven't bro, you would
I haven't.
crush
I honestly
live
think
performing.
it would be really fun.
No, you would. I promise you. Watch this. This is a foreshadow. People are gonna clip this. You're going to go insane with the live performances, and I'll tell you why. Because you'll feed off their energy.
Yeah.
And you look at like this is just 2 of us, and look what you got going on. But
Yeah.
so imagine if you had 1,000 people that are here like, talk about the top, and you're like, shh, I rebuke that. I
All right,
rebuke
girls.
that. I rebuke that. Sit down. But I think you'd really like it. You should come, join it, like hang out. And if you really want to do it, we should pick a city so that way like your fans could know about it, or you could do a sneak. I told Ruslan.
Look at your brain going right now.
Yeah, I told Roos I messed up
What?
the
What?
surprise in New York, by the way.
What do you mean?
I told Ruslan's podcast.
You did?
Cliff and Stewart are going to be our guest on the
yeah.
New York one.
Wow,
but I
you
have,
blew it, bro.
I have like incredible guests, but not for all shows, only hidden ones. I didn't want to promote them.
Are you doing Gugaba? Girls Gone Bible?
I'm sorry, what did
sorry,
you just say?
Gigaba? You
That
called
was
him Gigaba?
Tourette's. Whatever came at you or came out of you, I rebuke that, dog. That looked like an exorcist. She goes, by any chance?
That was so dramatic of you.
No, that was exactly
that was
what it
the
was
most
like.
dramatic thing I've ever witnessed.
Do people call them
The
Gigabyte?
Gigabyte?
Girls Gone Bible.
But they call him Gigabyte?
Yeah, no, that's just what I call them. Gigabyte? That kind of rocks.
Gigabyte.
What,
Thought we
what
were
did you
gonna
say?
get
What
that?
did you say?
I was asking if they were a part of it.
But what was the nickname?
Gugaba.
Gugaba?
GGB.
Gugaba.
Gugaba. You know?
Yeah, me and you were definitely the nerds in school, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry about them guys. I don't know.
Gugaba. No, I would love Gugaba to be on. We were talking. I'm not gonna say anything.
They're doing like a lot with their own tour though too.
Yeah, They're
They're
I'm waiting for
crushing
their
it.
I'm waiting for
They've
their
been
movie
on.
to come out.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Where's
They
the
got
documentary?
a book tour. They got a tour going on. Girls
I know.
going Bible, dude. Girls took
They
over.
are actually living on the spirit. They have to be.
Yeah, they're just writing it. Bro, dude, I blinked. They're on the news talking with Trump, and I was like, how happened
Praying
here?
over. I'm like, this is crazy.
Everybody's hating on them for it. I
Yeah.
was like, they got hate too? My God, they got everything
People
going
were hating on them? I only saw positive things.
When you get to a level where people are hating on you, that's great. That means
people have made
everybody's
it.
watching you.
Well,
you know what I mean?
you know, if people are not hating on you, then you're not doing anything that really, I don't want to say matters, but then you're not doing anything that's quite different from other
You're
people.
probably just
you know?
playing it really safe.
Yeah.
If
Brother
everyone-
Ye said it perfectly. I try not to laugh. No, let me hold on. And action. Brother Ye said it perfectly. I'd be worried if they weren't saying nothing at all. What'd you say? What'd you say?
I needed like a little office zoom in or something.
Did you
Like,
get what I was saying?
yeah.
It's Kanye West. It's the
I know,
lyrical.
yeah. But I don't know the lyrics. I don't think. I haven't really listened to a lot of his stuff.
What do you listen to now? That's a good question.
Christian music.
Why'd
Who's
you
your
laugh?
favorite worship
Why
or
did you
country?
Why'd you laugh?
I don't know. I don't know actually. What are your
Country and
favorites?
Christian is pretty popular now.
Yeah.
If you notice,
And sometimes they.
all pop industries, like even movie stars and pop stars, are like coming to Christ now. They're getting baptized. They're talking about it. This is beautiful.
So many of them.
That's
There's
so
a revival happening. It's,
100%.
you know,
For sure.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that we're a part of it?
Yeah. We are a part of it.
Bro, I was
God
talk-
called us to be a part of it and to lead it. in a
Can I
way.
say something that might seem bad, but I promise you, I mean it in good intentions.
Yep.
Somebody told me the other day, they're like, I think this is the end times. And I was like, I hope. Because like
We
the
probably
first
are.
is
I think
last
we're-
and the last is first. We up, dude.
Yeah.
We're, like, you know what I mean? If he came down right now, would we really be that sad?
No.
Boom.
It's Jesus.
Yeah.
And we're on the good side. So like we're gonna be like, that's my guy. You know, like it's exciting. So
Yeah.
I don't think we should be.
Do you ever
sad.
get nervous that you're like, yo, my man, where you going? My man, my man, my man, my man.
No.
My man. Don't walk away. No, don't get on the water. I can't go there.
No, I've never thought of that. Do you?
I used to until I realized that my salvation has nothing to do with myself. Yeah, I like, even
good.
when you put the body of Christ on, the armor of Christ, the helmet is salvation. And the way they describe it is to remember it's not in your hands. And also the good
Wow.
works that he started, he will finish. My job is just to receive. And
Yeah.
every day I just ask if I could receive it right. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'll miss a mailbox thing and then I'll be like, oh God, I can't even do that.
Yeah.
When did you stop doubting that?
When did I stop doubting my salvation?
Yeah.
Being taken away? That's such a. To be honest, I don't know if I ever really, if that ever really crossed my mind. I think I just always was like, no, this is a forever thing. Like, I don't know if this could ever be taken from me because I don't want to ever leave him. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful. It actually makes sense because you welcomed him in and then you wanted him to stay.
Yeah.
I think the ones who feel that are the ones that welcomed him in but kind of want him to leave. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that sounds
They're like,
messed
you're
up to
kind
say.
of ruining my party
Hey,
a little
dude,
bit. Like,
you're
I
killing
love
the
you. Wow. Yeah. And I was like, my vibes sucked before you came.
Yeah.
Like, actually, stay, please.
But
So
see, I
you
think
never worried about it?
sometimes,
Yeah.
But I even think that sometimes, you know, some people feel that way because sometimes you feel a little unworthy. I think sometimes in the past I've struggled with that because I'm like, well, am I just assuming that I'm good enough to go to heaven? And I know that it's literally only depends on him and it doesn't depend on my works.
Yeah.
But I think it took time and practice to continually remind myself that it is because of him and it's not because of anything that I
Wow.
will ever do. There's nothing I can ever do that amounts to what he's done for me.
Yeah.
But it took time because I continually felt unworthy of that gift.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful place.
That's so real.
If anybody who's listening or watching right now feels that, I already have the medicine for you. And it's beautiful because Belle witnessed this. I used to walk around this neighborhood sobbing every day that I was like, if I die, I'm going to hell. Like I literally lived in this. If you live in this, it's because you're listening to your voice louder than his, which means you're listening to your voice louder than his. Here's the saddest part. Your voice isn't your voice. Your voice is given to you by something. It's either Satan or God. And so whatever leads you to death is what you're worshiping. So If it's leading you to death, then you're worshiping the wrong thing. But if you live peaceful and you have the fruits of the Spirit, then that means you're sitting right. So if you ever get lost or confused, go back to the shepherd, listen to his voice, and shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did, and it just changed my life completely.
Yeah, I think it is a lot of just like taking the focus off of us. Like in your situation with the way you're explaining this, it was a lot of like you looking at yourself. It was a lot of internal, like, I feel shame, I'm unworthy. It's a form of pride a bit, you know, where you're like, who am I?
Yeah.
And Jesus is like, I'm not asking you to look at yourself anymore. I don't want you to look at your sin. I want you to just look at me.
Yes.
And like, honestly, in that, sometimes it's hard to fathom because when you look at him and you're like, but he's like, that doesn't matter anymore. Like I paid all of it. Like just look at me, and that's the truth, right? So it's like, I think it's also learning how to like not look at ourselves so much and get so obsessed with like, oh, but God, I did this and I'm awful in this way. It's like, just look at him, you know?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You know, it's sorry, go ahead.
No.
No, okay, go ahead, please.
Okay. No, it just makes me think that I realize that when I've had the most growth with myself, you know, when I feel like I've had the most growth, like as a person and spiritually, has been when I've just stopped, focusing so much on what I need to fix and what I need to be better at. And I just focus on my relationship with him. And I think that for a long time, it took just blindly following him. And I didn't even realize that that's what I was doing until now. Now I can sit back and I can reflect on what I did before. But, you know, and I see a lot of people comment this where they're like, I know about Jesus. I can talk about, I talk about God and theologies and everything, but I don't pray and I don't go to church. And I kind of miss this connection with him. And I think it's because we're constantly looking at what we have to do, so therefore we fall, right? And then it pains us.
Yeah.
And God is just waiting for us to just fix our eyes onto him and just follow him and get to know him and love him. And then everything else just follows and everything else just fixes itself. And that's when then you fully see the fruits of his Spirit, because he's the one working in us. We're not the ones working in ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like this trap of like falling back into religion where it's like a lot of striving and there's a lot of sacrifices and there's like, oh, I gotta like make myself clean, God, and I have to do this. And it's like, that is the whole, I mean, that's a lot of the reason that Jesus died for us, so that we didn't have to like be in that and think in that anymore, you know? And so
It's a rescue mission.
yeah, it's like, it's crazy that a lot of us Christians will like feel that way, where it's like, oh, I gotta make sure that I gotta get my life right in this way. And, you know, I have these sins and I don't operate in this way well. And like, I'm quick to anger and all these things. And it's like, if we stopped looking so much at those things and we just literally fixed our eyes on Jesus, it's exactly how you said it. So many times I would just turn around and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm not even doing those things anymore.
Yeah.
Like I just don't even have like a palate for it. I don't want to do it anymore. Like I'm literally just changing.
Yeah.
And all I'm doing is like hanging out with Jesus.
Yeah.
You're telling me all I have to do is hang out with him, like be with him, be in communion with him. And then that will just start to break off itself. It's crazy.
Can I explain that?
Yeah.
It's fruits. So what happens if a tree stops getting water? Their fruits die.
Yeah.
So your bad habits were fruits. So if you're like, for example, if you're cussing or lusting or prideful, but you start hanging out with a great God that doesn't do that and gives you other fruits, eventually, it's not going to be overnight. Maybe if it's a miracle, but eventually that fig tree that he curses is going to die.
Yeah.
Because it's not producing the good fruit that he wants.
It's not being watered anymore.
And there was something else that I kind of wanted to share. It was in my spirit. I was going to hold off, but I felt like somebody might need it. When you brought up the vision stuff of the eyes and keeping your eyes on Jesus, a verse popped in my head. And it was a blind man, and he was so excited. And he says to Jesus, he goes, I know that you could give me sight. And Jesus spits into dirt and makes mud and puts it in his eyes. And he tells him, go to the river and wash your face. And then the scripture says that the man went, he washed his face, and he had sight. But let's break that down. If somebody claimed that they were God, and I was like, hey, can I get sight? I'm just going to assume that he's going to touch me and I'm going to have sight. But then he spits in dirt, and that's just wild. Imagine following him as a disciple.
That part's crazy.
Yeah, no. Imagine this guy's doing all these crazy miracles, and then he goes on the ground, and then he takes mud, and he puts it. It's like what we like to do is tell God how we want the miracle to be done when he has other plans.
Yeah.
Now we have mud in this blind guy's eyes, but he still has faith.
Wow.
So he's starting to walk. And as he's walking, everything will move out of his way to get to where God wants him to be. And then he gets the water, he washes his face, and then he has sight. All that showed me is sight is pointless. The number one thing that a man should have is faith.
Yeah.
So if
Faith
you have
comes.
faith, then the miracle comes, and then the work comes. My mom used to tell me, she goes, if you don't have faith, you tie God's hands. And God can't work with you because he's a gentleman. He doesn't want to get involved with anything that he's not invited in.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I understand everything you guys are saying. And it's crazy that a Bible verse could really show it in so many facets. It's like from every generation too. Like I thought about it the other day, like people in the 1600s, there was probably 3 people sitting around crying in the 1600s about this man named Jesus. That was 1500 years ago. Like I find that so cool.
It
like
is
there's
cool.
no book out there
cool.
that are anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got so carried away. You know what I love about this episode? We made it about him, like he's our guest, when you're our guest. So we didn't even
it's
have.
about him.
Okay,
No,
please.
it's about
What's
him.
up with the overalls? Are you a painter?
No, I don't. I used to paint, but I don't anymore. I love overalls. They're comfortable.
Nice answer.
They
Why
look
did I
so
feel
cutie.
like you had that ready to go?
I don't know. That was
Why
the
did-
spirit.
That's so good.
It's just the Holy Ghost.
So you don't paint anymore, but you sing.
Yeah, but I sing.
How
Yeah,
cool
I sing
is that? Did you grow up
sometimes.
singing?
Do I love it?
Did you grow up singing?
Oh, yeah, I kind of. I sang in choir growing up in high school, and I was in the a cappella group in high school too. And
Let's go.
When I was 16, I auditioned for American Idol, and then when I was 18, I auditioned for The Voice.
You
And so,
did?
yeah.
Were you on the show?
No, I didn't make it past the first rounds. So that really discouraged me, and I didn't sing for 10 years. Now,
No way.
Yeah, I swear. So now I'm like starting to enter my singing era again because I felt really convicted by the Lord, where He's like, "I gave you this."
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I
but
thought you would
dude,
forget about
imagine.
that.
Dude, that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's really going to be fun to watch.
So I guess that would be like my next new kind of era or project.
Yeah, I
Because you were
love
like, is there
that.
anything else? I mean, I'm not making music right now, but that is something I would love to do. I'm like
on
talking to
your
my
heart.
local church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking to my local church about singing on the worship team.
You said you were listening to like Christian music now. You want to get into music. Is there an artist that you listen to that you would love to work with?
Some people that I really look up to in the Christian space, just worship, is I love Stephanie Gretzinger. She's incredible. I love how authentic she is with her worship. Like she literally is just singing to Jesus. I'm like, that's amazing. And she's just so anointed. Tiffany
you said
Hudson.
annoying. I was like,
No,
whoa.
anointed. Whoa, there's a T in there. Anointed.
She's just so annoying how good she is with
It's
Jesus.
annoying. I guess that could have applied. I love Tiffany Hudson.
Oh, my mom loves Tiffany
She's
Hudson.
amazing. Who else do I really love? Abby Gamboa. I really love Abby. Have you heard of her? Out of Upper Room Worship. Do you guys know Upper Room in
Oh,
Dallas?
I've heard of Upper Room.
Okay, you got to listen to their worship.
But-
It's
okay.
great. But yeah, so those are some artists I really love.
We just started listening to some Christian music.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who? What worship?
Forrest Frank.
Yep, he
I love
rocks.
him. I
Yeah.
think he's good.
Yeah.
Holvey.
Yeah.
Lecrae.
Yep.
So like, I'm in the more of a hip hop space.
Sure. Yeah.
I like Corey. He sings "Holy Forever."
Oh
Yes.
my God.
That's my go-to.
That song is in. I had to stop listening to that song because I would not be able to stop.
Because it was
crying
too
with
anointed.
That's my shower song,
Bro.
actually.
Bro, that's so funny. That's so funny, dude.
It isn't it not?
Yeah, because she sings it all the time in the shower. It's so funny. Yo, every time I hear that song, for some reason, like The Lion King, I see
Oh.
every animal bowing its head
Wow.
when Jesus comes back. Like every animal bowing its head and every man bowing his head.
Wow.
And then that song's like the angels are singing it as
That's
he's
the
coming out.
anthem.
Bro, it's so wild. It gives me goosebumps just listening to it. Oh, Brandon Lake.
Brandon Lake. Yeah.
Come
we
on,
love
he's
Brandon
good.
Lake.
Yeah, he's so good,
That's a
dude.
good one.
He's so
Maverick
good.
City. You know Maverick City?
I thought that was like a record label.
Oh.
Is that a person?
No, well, I don't know if they're around anymore, but I think they
Are they a band? Who did you just
they're a
talk
band.
to?
I'm like, does
Who did
anyone
you
know?
talk-
Oh,
You know, how close is she with Jesus? She goes,
I'm like, hey, J-Man.
hey, Jay, that's so
Okay,
funny.
no Mav.
Have you? Wait, hold on. There was one Christian song that for the longest time, this is the only Christian song I knew since I was like 16, 17.
Is it a hymn? Is it a hymn?
Like a man?
No, but a hymn is actually how I found those devotionals.
Him?
I was looking for
Oh,
hymns.
there's a song named Him.
No, that's what they're called. They're like, it's like a kind of like a.
Why are you laughing at me?
No, I shouldn't.
I rebuke that.
You should
Okay.
actually. I repent.
Reckless Love by Corey Asbury.
Okay.
You never heard it?
No.
I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
This is the song for me that was part of like when the seed was planted in me, and I didn't have a relationship with Jesus, but you know, it was like I was curious, and then I wanted it, and I had it, but I was there, but you know, wasn't actively doing anything. So that was like the only Christian song I've had on my phone for the longest time,
Yeah.
and that's still my go-to. That's my like number one favorite one.
I love that.
What does this have to do with him?
Oh, because she asked me if it was a hymn, and then I said,
Is hymn like poetry? Is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Psalms,
Psalms?
right?
Psalms? Yeah.
Those are all hymns.
Yeah.
So a hymn is a song or poetry that's religious.
Oh, it has to
It's kind of in more
specifically
traditional, like,
be a
churches.
religious thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's all about him.
Yeah.
Is that why?
I don't know.
Praise God.
I really jumped in there, huh?
You really, yeah.
I really
you're
jumped.
connecting dots
I
that
like
could be
entered
there.
the group chat and like try to become the leader. It's because it's him.
but that's how I found worship devotionals.
What did I tell you about pointing your phone at me like that?
You know the worship devotionals that we love?
Oh, that's where it comes from?
I gotta send you that too.
Oh, it's amazing.
I looked
Send
up
me all of it.
hymns, and this is how I found the devotionals, these worship devotionals.
Yeah.
These are amazing. They do such a wonderful job. It's incredible, and their words are so beautiful. And everything is scripture based, and sometimes they imply their own like personal
Oh, I like
experiences that they've had, and wrecked me. It's really good.
I
like
love that.
that.
Do you ever like get so excited when you hear somebody's like tragedy and you're like, I got the best message for you? Like when you hear something like, for example, anxiety or anxiousness, I usually have this, it's pinned, it's a Stephen Furtick message. And bro, that one hit me so hard, I got a tattoo of it.
Wow.
And-
Have you struggled with anxiety in your life?
Yes, but like this is how it was. My whole life, clear as a bird.
Wow.
And then a few years ago, I got hit with it like
That's kind of what happened to me too.
insanely,
Yeah.
bro, insanely. But I praise God for it all the time, because if I didn't eat dirt and like kill my pride and like literally God had to strip everything away from me, and I pray, bro, if I ever needed it, I pray he goes even harder. Like I remember looking up and being like, yo, do
not
you
my prayer.
hate me? Like what did I do?
That's not my prayer.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to experience anxiety. Yeah.
Huh? Well, no, because what it brought me is even like it made me realize that my health is not even worthy enough for his like. I would rather be just healthy enough to praise him rather than to walk. Like
Wow.
it's what I went through. It really gave me the strength to rejoice through hard times. Like recently, I was going through some hard times, and I would just go around and walk and just cry it out. But the version of me before would either cause a lot of drama, get angry. My emotions would I would, instead of being quick to listen, I'd be quick to throw hands. I wasn't
Wow.
the same human.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that you're not going to cry. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have bad days, but you're going to be very proud of who you are when you're going through that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna.
true.
I will go through it and be like, man, I remember when I used to act very
Like I
reckless.
handled that a lot better.
Yeah.
than a
then
version of me
And
before.
it makes you realize it's not you.
Yeah.
Like it is. And also, you remember you said, oh, all I got to do is hang out with Jesus? Mm-hmm. Okay, have you ever hung out with sheep?
No. Like sheep?
Sheep?
No, I haven't.
Sheep.
Like sheep.
Like bah.
No.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
haven't hung out with sheep.
Yeah, so I have a mentor.
Yeah.
And he's a very blessed man. I call him King David because like this dude, like he's royalty. Like he's
that's
he's,
sweet.
he's sick.
Aw.
And we're on his property, and he goes, I need to take you to the sheep. So we're driving to the sheep. And while I'm sitting with sheep, he's reading me verses that have to do with sheep.
Wow.
He goes, there's one that was very curious about me. All of them are scared. So when they're all scared, they're all like together, like looking above each other, like they're just like all together. But if one of them gets brave, just one of them, just one little, he gets curious, then the next one gets a little curious, and then
Oh, wow.
the next one gets a little curious, and then if one gets hungry, then one gets hungry, the next get hungry, and then I realized what he meant by sheep. You are who you hang out with. So I'd rather hang out with the right shepherd than the false shepherd.
Yeah.
Because all of these sheep, when I was behaving like them, that's why it's like the
good,
Proverbs, it
George.
says it's better for you to have one good friend than have many wicked ones.
Yeah.
So like we are, regardless, is built in our DNA. If me and you rub against each other, we're going to
And we
become
follow
each
each other too. Like, I mean, you even look at the way that we just all hop on a trend in a second. I mean, we are literally sheep. Like
Yeah.
all we do, like bah. Like we're just
100%.
following each other. We're like, oh, those people are doing that. I guess we'll do that too. We're literally no different.
Dude,
It's
we have
crazy.
fear. It's called FOMO.
Yeah, it's
If a group of sheep start doing something, we're like, well, what's going on?
Wait a minute.
What? No, I get it. It's him.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead.
Yeah.
So sheep will do whatever the other
Their
sheep will do.
followers.
So it's very important that we sometimes, if you realize, all of our lowest moments when we found Jesus were we were alone.
Yeah.
So sometimes God lets those moments happen because he knows that's where we need to be
it's
to
true.
be humble enough to talk to him is because we're alone.
Yeah.
So I truly think my life changed when I was walking around. We have a place in Arizona. I was walking around in the desert and I was listening to God, and I had just had a conversation with my sister.
Which is funny that you were in the desert.
Because the desert, right.
Yeah.
I gotta know. Sorry. That took me a bit. Jessica turned to me, and I'm so happy she asked me this question because it's awesome for me to relay this to other people that don't understand. She always goes, you always say that Jesus said this, or Jesus said this to you, or said that to you. She goes, how could you tell the difference between your voice and Jesus's voice?
That's like the number one question I get all the time is like, how do you know it's like the voice of God though?
Amen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I pray whoever needs to hear this, hears this.
Yeah.
Let your ears be open. They ain't like us. They ain't like us. Who am I?
I don't know.
Wow.
Help.
She doesn't listen to worldly music.
Well, I was in the world for like 27 years, so I do remember some of it.
Well, somebody's listening and they know who I'm talking about. Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. See, that wasn't like when I was in the world. I was still like my country pop Ariana Grande type beat. Like
Okay.
I wasn't.
Okay. I got one. Thank you. Next.
Right.
Thank you. Who am I?
Ariana Grande.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. All right. Thank you for doing that. You knew just from the way I said those words, which means you listened to it.
Yeah.
And you got so comfortable that even if somebody says thank you next, you immediately think of her.
Thank you.
Which
Next.
means that if you listen to Jesus' words enough, that when you're in a situation or an outcome, you could distinctly know when Satan's speaking in the room or Jesus is speaking in the room.
That's so good.
And if you can't tell the difference, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
think
the
that also
scary part
comes-
where he says, depart from me, I never knew you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also like, especially if you're like in the beginning stages of your faith where you're like, well, I don't even know what God's voice sounds like from the get-go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think it's also a surrender of like being okay with maybe getting it wrong sometimes, you know? And I was just doing a podcast episode with Angela a couple weeks ago, and we kind of touched on that, where it's like God has actually challenged me in a lot of times where I could have sworn that I heard his voice, but it wasn't his voice. But he'll still be like, but are you gonna still have that same faith and still believe that you can hear my voice even after that? And I think it's all, so it's just like also a surrender and knowing that like we might get it wrong sometimes, but that's a part of like walking with the Lord, is like you're gonna grow more and more familiar with his voice. And that comes with spending as much time with him, but also like being okay with, okay, that wasn't his voice. That's fine. We're gonna move forward. And it's like, it's a learning thing, like riding a bike
It's a marriage.
or whatever.
It's a covenant.
Yeah.
I'm not going to know I'm not going to bat 100 for 100 with my wife.
Yeah.
There's going to be times where I'm like, oh, that was a misunderstanding. But you know what happens in
Right.
that? We grow together.
Yeah, you
Which
take
means
the L
today
on
I
that, but you
learned.
grow.
Yeah, I took the L on.
You take the L.
That's so funny. Guys like, yo, hold this.
Take this L, but there will be fruit. There will be fruit.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Oh, I love God.
I love you so much.
What season of your life do you feel like you're in currently?
I don't know what it is yet, but I feel like something happened when I turned 30. Like and I know that like we could say a lot of that because like the number 30 is actually quite relevant, even with Jesus and his journey and everything. But
It begun.
yeah, I just feel like I'm stepping into a season of more responsibility, and also like authority and confidence. And I'm like, okay, God, don't know what that is. That's crazy. So I do feel like I'm entering a season of elevation, but I don't even really know what that is yet. But but it's exciting because I feel like I'm like becoming more of myself, if that makes sense.
Amen.
Like
100%.
more, I guess, of who God's created me to be. But I'm like, oh wait, this is Allie. This is cool. Like it feels familiar, but I haven't been here before.
Bro, dude, oh
Do you
man.
know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, and I'll explain to you why.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
check
love
this out.
that you do that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna tell you why, Allie.
Yes, but hey, if I'm ever wrong, please let me know.
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
let me
tell
know
you.
because I feel like I'm understanding you.
Okay.
Check this out. You invited a Holy Spirit that is eternal in you, so
Yeah.
He knows your future.
Yeah.
So he's showing you in a spiritual realm without eyes, this is where you're going to go. This is the direction I'm taking you.
Wow.
You can't see how you get there because you need faith to get there. But he'll give you the vision in your heart of where you need to be. He gave you tools. He gave you talent. He gave you structure. He gave you wisdom. He didn't give David everything for him not to run a kingdom. He didn't give Abraham everything not to have a good bloodline. He prepared you for something.
Yeah.
Now it's about to happen. You feel it. And now you're going to have either the devil tell you, dude, you're not good enough to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Or you're going to believe in God and say, all right, God, how do I get there?
But this is my calling.
Yeah.
Right. So how do I get there?
Yeah, but there's something in you
Which
that
is why
already
it feels
sees
familiar.
it and feels it. Yeah.
That's cool.
Cool, huh?
I like that.
Yeah, I caught that on like a long time ago. I would be like, in fact, Belle and Jessica are eyewitnesses to this. I get them so much, I'll write them down and tell people. I go, hey, this is going to happen. Like the Andrew Tate episode.
Wow.
I'll give you an example. I started my episode. Everybody told me it was going to end. And I looked up at God and I go,
Wait,
God.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, when I left to do my own show, a lot of people that believed in me took that belief away. And so when I was out here, I didn't even know how I was going to pay my next mortgage. Like I just didn't know where I was going to go. But I had really big faith with God. And I kept having dreams and he kept giving me dreams. And I literally stayed in this kitchen and I go, I don't know why. I go, but Andrew Tate just keeps popping up in here. And when I have that conversation with him, the world will see me differently. And that was a year before I met him.
Wow.
And so I start telling people what I'm seeing because like I would just felt like I was crazy seeing it.
Dude,
But
you're prophetic. Like really prophetic.
I think any man can be.
For sure.
I don't think it's just like, whoa, look at George. No, I have enough faith.
Yeah.
I've been broken enough in my life to only listen to him now.
Yeah.
So now I don't care if you're atheist, you're Buddhist, you're Muslim. I'll look at you and say, this is what Jesus is telling me. Watch it happen. And
But it's
I'll
just
walk.
so cool that you can hear him like that in visions and dreams. You get dreams too.
Yeah.
How did you start getting dreams? Like, did it just like, here we are, we're just having dreams. And how did you know that they were from God?
Well, again, you have to separate them, right? Because I'll have like my own dreams and then I'll have his. But his is like, it's hard to explain it. It's like
I've talked about this on my podcast too. I have some theories.
I could feel it and taste it and see. I feel like I'm there. Like it's different than a regular dream.
Yeah.
It's like
That's what I was like, I don't know why, but like my senses.
it's way more tangible.
I'm like, I'm
dude.
alive.
Yeah.
In my dream.
You're like, I'm here
I'm
right
here,
now.
I'm awake. My eyes are open. I
Yeah.
can feel. You can taste things. You can smell things. So yeah, that was. I'm so stoked that you said that because same. I'm like, I feel like my senses are like heightened. Like I'm literally alive. You know.
Wow.
But then when you
I
have
had
like
one
your
about
weird.
her on our first date.
You did.
I told her we were gonna get married.
Stop in
on
the
our
dream.
first date. No, I just
Or
like
on the date, you're told.
on the first date, I looked at her and God got to let me see her as an older woman. By the way, when I say this, I'm not like grabbing a crystal ball. It was just like I was sitting there daydreaming about her. And I was just keep daydreaming about her. And I was like daydreaming about her. I was like, wow, why am I like I just met her. I don't even know her last name. Why am I daydreaming about her as an older woman? And then I sat there and I go, God, I feel like this is going to be my wife. And then as soon as I felt that in my heart, it was like ding, 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 ding. And so I literally went up to her and I said, hey, I'm going to marry you. And yeah.
What did you
did.
say to that?
I said, Psh,
You were
okay.
like, okay, guy.
She looked me deep in my eyes. She goes, it better be a big rock.
I did not say that. I said, okay, I'm sure you are. That's what I said.
Yeah. You're
I
like,
was
I get
okay.
that every day.
No, I just
You're like, you're not the first guy who said that.
Get in line. I rebuke
in
that.
line. Right. Get in line. That's so good. I love that. So you knew, like the minute you met her.
Yeah.
That's so sweet, guys.
Yeah. I feel like
my Prince charming.
every Christian has these moments, but you know what it is? I think they're too nervous to say it out loud.
Really?
Yeah. Because I like, they'll tell me about things and I'll be like, yo, why don't you say it out loud? They're like, no, what if I'm wrong? I'm like, who cares?
That's real though.
Yeah.
I've experienced that. I'm like, but what if I'm wrong?
It's less you're
But
like
what if
making a
I'm wrong?
profit out of it. If you're like, come here, let me tell you the future. Let me tell you your future. To be honest, bro, I wish I didn't have it. Because like, I know this sounds really like, I know we're going
You're
deep.
making a lot of wishes on this pod episode today.
Yeah, a good thing we don't base our stuff off of wishes.
Right.
I think so I struggled smoking marijuana when I was older because a doctor told me to smoke marijuana instead of taking sleeping medication. It's a
Sure.
thing. I think the enemy planted that in me because ever since I started smoking, I couldn't have dreams anymore. So like I think it affected my my
totally.
dream. Yeah,
That
so
makes
I can't.
sense,
So
yeah.
I started having daydreams, and then God was very graceful. So I was telling him that. But the reason why
When did you stop doing that?
stop having dreams?
Well, the weed stuff.
When did I
Smoke-
stop?
yeah.
I still battle with it.
Oh, okay.
It's winning.
Oh, okay. say that.
It's doing a really good job.
Okay, but that's honesty, so that's good.
No,
Yeah.
you know what it is? I've talked to a lot of mentors. I don't do it to party, and I don't promote it. Like, I don't ever like sell it or like.
Yeah.
I don't tell people it's good. The way I look at it is like it would be like my glass of wine before bed. I'm not going nuts over it. Like,
Yeah.
But I needed something to unwind. It's not a good thing. I don't promote it. I tell people stay away from it if you can. But yeah, like. There
So
was
what's keeping you from just not doing it anymore?
I go back and forth. Like, so for example, I just make sure it doesn't have any control over me.
Yeah,
So as long
that's
as I can
good.
stop it at any time, I'll do 40 days without it, and then I'll continue it. But I'll do check-ins to make sure that like it doesn't affect my work or my marriage or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's a very, very ridiculously small part of my life. That's why I don't really like have too much shame over it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have such a bad sight on it. But to me, it's like, I want to fix my temple with stop drinking soda and fast food and work out first. And then I think the fruit of me smoking will die. I think it's like a medication Band-Aid right now. And I keep trying to let go, but I keep failing on this. So I'm giving myself grace because it's not me that's going to stop it. And I actually prayed about it yesterday. I said, I can't wait till the day I could stand and tell people like, hey, this is what helped me to get out of it.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought that up is because I think I started because when I would be able to see stuff in the future, sometimes like 90% of the times they weren't great.
Yeah.
They weren't great things.
Yeah.
And so it would break my heart and I would watch it happen in real life. And so I think that's when I fell fully into it because I wanted to stop seeing it, if that makes sense.
Wow, it does. Yeah.
I never really knew about that until like right now, actually. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I swear I didn't. I'm thinking about it as I'm speaking. I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'm like running away from it because especially when it has to do with your loved ones.
Yeah.
When God gets to show you what happens to somebody you love,
Yeah.
and you can't do anything about it.
So what do you do? Do you do anything? Like if you're getting a dream and you're seeing the future of like, hey, this is going to happen to the person that you love.
Yeah.
Do you just go, God, okay, did you give that to me to just torture me? Or
Yeah, no, it was like one of my friends was 3 times I warned this person that something was going to happen, like catastrophic. And exactly the way I told it, it happened 3 times.
Yeah.
And so finally I was like, all right, this is ridiculous. I don't know what to do. And one day I was at the park and I was crying and God told me to record my prayer because this person called me a liar. And I didn't know this. I didn't know that this person thought I was a liar in my heart.
wow.
Right?
Yeah.
So I recorded it. I felt like really weird about it. I showed him the video itself and he still denied it. So I think God was putting it in my heart. He goes, it's not you. It's like
Yeah.
if I want to shut their ears or shut their eyes, it has nothing to do with you.
Wow.
And getting rid of that, I think once I'm starting to really understand that, kind of like when you started your relationship, you were like, oh, like I want to bring him around. I think the day that I want to put it down, he'll put it in my heart to put it down. I know that sounds really wicked to say that, but it's just like a little journey that I'm battling
Yeah,
on.
I appreciate your honesty a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Dude,
What were you gonna say? You're
Yeah.
gonna say something.
Well, I was gonna say, I think like I've experienced that too, though, where I feel like the Lord has shown me things that are really troubling, and I'm like, ooh, God, that sucked. Like, what do I do? Okay, what do you want me to do with that?
Why did you show me this?
Cool. Do I warn them? What do you want me to do? And a lot of times, I actually feel the Lord challenging me to just intercede and pray.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's also an opportunity for us to just practice that and be like, okay, God, then I'm just going to go to war in the spirit and pray for this person and fast for this situation. Because if their eyes aren't going to be open to this, like that is the only thing we can really do. And I think a lot of times we forget how powerful our prayers really are. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, and I still forget, which is crazy. Like
Yeah.
you get into intercession, you make these prayers, you fast, whatever. Sometimes there isn't immediate change. That's okay. But there have been a lot of times where God has actually like done something in that same day. And I'm like, this is because I prayed, you know? And I don't know, like, I just think a lot of times we forget about the power of prayer. So I just encourage you in that too. Like,
I
it
appreciate
sounds like
that.
you did that. But yeah, I think it's also to encourage us to just intercede where God's like, hey, I need someone to be praying for this person.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's big.
You know, he's like, and
Dude,
it's
that's
like, it's
so
the POV
big.
too, that he's like, I actually trust you with this, George, and I trust your prayers and I know your heart posture. So I'm going to show you this. I know it's going to suck for you to see. And I know your heart, even for that person too. I need you to go to war and I need you to pray because no one is praying with this type of, you know,
Yeah.
like no
faith.
one's praying for this person like this. And I trust you with that, George. I need you to intercede. That's a lot of, sometimes I'm like, okay, God, then this is just like, it's kind of giving like, we're about to clock in, we got to work. Like God's like, I need you to pray.
Yeah, it's just, it gets tough when you get to a place where like the blood's on your hand type of feeling. Like,
but it
Yeah,
isn't
why
on your
does it
hands
feel
because
that
it's
way,
not
though?
because
because
of you.
when it comes, like think about this. If it's like, oh, hey, like you're going to lose your job, it's like, all right, you'll get a new job. But if it's life or death and that person's gone, like you just sit there with the echoes of like, should I have done more? Like,
And you're saying like even after praying and interceding.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes like
Hey,
the will of
that's-
God is bigger than
That's
like,
real, and I think that's when we just gotta,
But
like-
also we're seeing it from our perspective.
Yeah.
When God's like, hey, I love you and I love where your heart's at, but Pharaoh's heart needed to be stone.
It's true.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But right now, I've been in a lot of peace, and it was because I've came to this conclusion that before I was kind of telling God, and I didn't know this, I was telling God how to be God with my prayers.
That's so
hey,
bold of
God,
you.
I need you to do this for me, this for me.
We
I need
do
you-
that, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
God, take my tongue, speak through me today while I speak to. He's like, bro, relax, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're not a prophet, dude. Chill
Yeah,
out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, so there's these times where I'm like, am I getting ahead of myself? When people congratulate you for God a lot, you start feeling like it's you and God.
Yeah, it's
and
true.
I've been begging God, hey, I don't want to be in that catastrophe. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the collateral damage of like the priest who thought it was him and God. Like, I want to be the filthy rag that bragged about how I'm clean now because of that man, not
Come
because
on.
of me. So I came up against this war and I'm looking at this battle and I'm like, oh, I'm going to get smoked out. There's no way I'm going to come over this. Like, there's no way. This is no way. Then I remember a Bible verse of 2 armies coming over to take this land, and this tiny little army was looking at God.
Do
and
you
they're
remember? Do you know what it is? Where it is? What's the story?
I can pull it up. Can I pull it up after I tell the story?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I'll probably pull it up. It makes more sense. 1 second.
It's Old Testament for sure.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? The best way would be to do this. Hey, chat.
Hey there, how's it going?
All
What's
right,
on your
let's
mind
cut to
today?
the chase, okay? I'm on a podcast. Which Bible verse
waste
is
my
it
time.
where the man who had 2 armies coming to get him, but he had to sit there and praise God, and then the armies got so confused that they fought each other, and then he was able to go and take all of their stuff. Like, he basically won a war that he was never able to win. He took out 2 armies. They didn't even raise a sword. All they did was worship and then collect all of their goods.
All their stuff.
Oh, you're thinking of the story of Jehoshaphat from the Old Testament. It's
is he
in
talking
2
about
Chronicles chapter 20.
You don't know about
Jehoshaphat.
Yeah, well, you just interrupted
Like
him.
he needs to think. I'm like, you're a robot. You know, like,
You don't
that's
use
whack.
You don't use ChatGPT?
No, I don't.
When they talk, they breathe. They go like, like this, like da 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 da. Like, you know what I
It's a
mean? Like they use
person.
breaths in between their words. That was a weird way of explaining
Robots
it.
don't need to breathe. Why are they breathing? That's whack. No, I don't really use ChatGPT because it just, I don't know, freaks me out a little bit. I don't want to like become dependent on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a tool. You use it
Totally.
how, you know.
I've never talked to it though. Like I'll be like, hey, what is this again? And
That's my
it'll
homeboy.
Yeah, it was given like you called a friend. That was crazy.
Oh, you should have seen her. I got angry with her because she was literally feeling bad. She goes, "I'm so sorry. Can I?" I was like, "Stop apologizing to something that doesn't understand what you're saying." But anyways,
I can be nice to it.
But anyways, the story was that if you come to a situation where you know mentally, spiritually, and physically that this war is going to wipe you out, which we all come to, God wants you to just praise Him.
Yeah.
And then that way He could do it. It's kind of my marijuana situation. Like, I can't do it on my own. I've been publicly telling people I can't do it on my own. Like, I've been trying, and I think there's going to be a spirit that like overtakes me, and I like just stop doing it. But in everybody's lane in life, they come to a place where they cannot, and God has to. And a lot of times you have to fast for it. Sometimes you have to really invite God.
That was what was right in my brain as you said that. I was like, I heard the Lord say fast, fasting.
I think a true Christian, a true man after God's heart, somebody like Paul would write out, hey, God, I'm sorry. You keep telling me not to do this, and I keep doing this, man.
Right.
And like, when am I going to be separated from this flesh of mine that wants me to die, right? You don't have to say what it is, but are there things in your life that you're like, man, I really got to kick this idol out of my life?
Yeah. Yeah. And I won't share exactly what it is because like this part of my life just isn't public.
Yeah.
I'll just share it with you guys.
It's in construction phase.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to Disney and it's not open yet.
Yeah.
You're like, coming soon,
Yeah,
an
right,
addiction
coming
near
soon.
you.
I will definitely be sharing it with the world when that time
we're
comes,
ready to ride.
for sure.
We're running tests right now.
Yeah,
We're running
but
tests.
yeah, I know that feeling for sure. Where it's like, wow, God, I really thought that, and especially when this season, like when this particular season came into my life, I thought I would handle it in a way where I was like, yeah, I mean, I got the Holy Spirit, I got conviction, I got these things. And it was humbling for me because I was like, wow, I can be tempted the same as anyone else. Not that I thought I was better than anyone else, but it's like when you get tested in something and you realize like how real temptations are, especially when it's like things that you may have known once before in like a BC version of you, and you're like, no, I'm gonna kill this. And then you realize that you fall short and you're like, okay, I do need help in this area. And it can
real.
be discouraging when you do it more than once. Like I think in the beginning I had enough grace for myself where I was like, okay, only one time. Like, that this isn't okay. That this isn't right. And then you do it again and you're like, okay, so what the freak is wrong with me? Like, why? I have the Holy Spirit. I know God. I love him so much, but why am I still doing this? Like, why do I? And sometimes I'll crush it and I'll resist it. And then sometimes it's harder for me and I can't. And so, yeah, I relate to that. That's real.
But it's real and it's true. And I mean, at the end of the day, your flesh and, we're going to fall to our desires all the time. And I think that's the battle. And I think that's why we need him.
Yeah.
And even though you have the Holy Spirit, if you didn't battle that, then why would we need Jesus?
It's true. Yeah.
Do you know the Lord's Prayer when he was like teaching us how to pray? I was reading through it because me and my mom were getting an argument. I was like, Mom, you like, why do you say it in, because me and her go back and forth about like how we worship God, not in an argumental way, just like little debates.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I used to be like, God, why are you letting me and my mom do this? But it's really strengthened me as a human being.
Wow.
Like, I love my mom.
Yeah.
She's the greatest.
Yeah.
But so I tell her, well, you should talk to Jesus as like how you talk to me. I go, it would be quite annoying if I went up to you every day, hi, Mom, how's your day? Do you love me? I love you too.
Yeah, like
and,
so robotic.
Yeah, it's like, Mom,
where you're like, I'm going to
that.
say all the things I know I'm supposed to say.
I don't think Jesus was explaining that. And my mom goes, well, I think that prayer is powerful and it's everything that we needed. So what I do first is I say that prayer, and then afterwards, then I talk to him with my voice. And I say, well, that's stupid.
Oh, I was like, I love that.
No, yeah. I was dumb. I was dumb and immature. You know where I was? Timothy 1, where he's like, if you're a new Christian, don't preach.
Right.
And I'm like this, move over, professors. George and the Spirit of God is here. So
I did that though.
Oh, everybody does.
I like as soon as I was saved, I was like, you guys. But I think I approached it in a humble way where I was like, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I do know this.
Yeah. I was
He's
the
the way,
exact
truth, and life.
opposite. I was like, this is why you guys are stupid. Let me explain to you guys.
Okay, yeah, right.
Obviously, I'm full of wisdom right now.
Yeah.
My nickname is Proverbs. That's all you guys should call me from now on. Reads Proverb one time. I'm like, I get it.
I'm a pro.
I figured it out.
I figured it out.
So me and my mom ended the conversation, and then we do what we always do. And we pray together, and we say, whoever's here that speaks holier and in the way of your life, then let his eyes be open so that way I could receive the message. So if we ever have a disagreement, we always end praying together that whoever's like misunderstanding his scripture will be like, we could see it. So I go home and God's like putting in my heart to go and read that Bible verse. And there was one line where I totally forgot about it because I would say it in Assyrian. Assyrian is the language that Jesus spoke, the Aramaic. Yeah. So the way that he actually said his prayers, Baba Mishmeya, Paishkachishumuch, Etel Melekutu, Charorazach, so like it's in a different language. I got so like caught up in saying it that way. And it's such a blessing to be able to say it that way. But I didn't even know what I was saying. So finally I'm really reading it and I'm like, oh, and one of them was keep me away from temptation. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, that don't make sense.
But why?
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, bring them. I want to knock this out of the park with the Spirit. And God's like, hold up. Because like, we're just a new relationship.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know my voice just yet. Do you know what the first sin of mankind was? They didn't know Jesus' voice.
Yeah. Because
they literally said, surely you must not die. If you eat this, you'll be like God, which means that they didn't know God's voice here. And so when I read that, I was like, oh man, I was arguing with my mom that you didn't have to do that. And I didn't even know his voice here. So when I broke down, keep me away from temptation, I was like, oh, I've been asking for the smoke and I've been getting my butt mollywopped. So the temptation thing that you're talking about, I think it is one of the things as a Christian we go through. I think the times that we go up for testing is when the teacher knows we're ready for the test. But how many of us do we go up to the teacher and be like, test me now? I got it.
Yeah.
And then he gets smoked out.
Yeah,
but this is real life.
Yeah.
So when you're asking God, I want more money, I can handle it. But then now you just lost your wife and kids over it.
Wow.
You weren't able to hold it.
Wow.
Because you didn't know how to handle that thing. You made it your God.
It's humbling, for sure.
Sometimes God saying no to you is so much more of a miracle than yes.
Yeah, it's true.
And we don't understand that. So if you're going through something and God hasn't given you that test yet, praise your God. Be like, hey, God, thank you. I'm not ready for it.
Yeah.
Give it to me when I'm ready for it. So that way when I go through it, it pleases you and it doesn't hurt you. Because could you imagine what it would feel like to your kid, your baby kid goes, Dad, give me the motorcycle keys. Daddy, I need the motorcycle keys. And you're like, no, honey, like you can't do that. Daddy, motorcycle keys.
Yeah.
But then that baby takes it upon itself to get on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Us, we'd grab it.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
God gave us a relationship where it's like, hey, yo, asking you shall receive.
Right.
And if you seek it, you're going to find it.
What's so sweet, though, is he's still there. Like, even if he's like, okay, I've given you free will. You think you know. Maybe we need to be humbled a little bit. That's okay. I'll let you do that. But I'm still going to meet you there when you fall.
In the hospital.
Like, thank you, God. Yeah, he'll still be there, like at the hospital for sure.
Like
yeah,
a good neighbor.
Yeah.
Like a good neighbor, Jesus is there. Jesus like, honey, I told you, don't grab
told you weren't ready for this.
Daddy, pick me up. I'm tired of the motorcycle. Daddy, I'm tired of the motorcycle.
I don't want to see another motorcycle in my life. Yeah.
Could you put on the AC, please? I'm so sorry. I just keep sweating. Okay. By the way, I'm having such a fun time with you.
Me too, guys.
Great
This is so
guest
fun.
choice coming up this
Aw, thank you, Equinox.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. It was so cute.
Way to go. Now you guys put out your gym out there. They're going to be at your
Bleep me
church.
out. Yeah,
They're going to be at your
again.
gym.
Beep, beep. Everyone's going to think I'm just cussing. I'm like, this is just
No, it was so
DL.
funny because we talked for like 30 minutes, right? With time flew.
Yeah.
And then
Borderline touched on both our testimonies. It was hilarious. We're just huddled in the middle of the gym.
How did you meet
I was
Jesus?
no, we were like this. We like just met and we just like spewed out our lives to each other for like 30 minutes. But it was so beautiful.
girlcore.
Yeah, it was so cute. I remember like driving home being like, wow, that was such a blessing. And then you texted me and that's the same thing that I said from my lips.
I was literally feeling the same thing. I was
Which
like,
is crazy.
that blessed me, that
Yeah.
interaction.
And then when I called you, it was at least so funny. I call her, I'm like, she's gonna think I'm so crazy. I'm already calling her. And she goes, Shawna?
Hello? Well, I was like, this is either a butt dial or we're best friends. Yeah. Like, it's got to be one of the two.
What if I told you both?
Butt dial, but hey, bestie.
That's so funny.
That's so good.
You know, when you meet somebody who's Christ-like, it feels like you're already meeting a family
they're
member.
familiar.
Yeah, it's like you're entering the kingdom.
You're already my bro. You're already my sister.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will say that was like the coolest thing to experience from being in the world. And like, yeah, I think kind of going back to like the beginning of my testimony where it's like, I just was yearning for this love that was just Jesus. Like what we're feeling in each other is literally just Jesus. Yeah. But it's been crazy to see the difference of friendships that I had in the world and like yearning for like that kind of loyalty and like ride or die. Like that was the words. I was like, where are my freaking ride or die people where it's like they would do anything for you, you know? And I just think I experienced a lot of like betrayal and backstabbing and like lying and gossiping and stuff like that. And so it's just been really redemptive for me to meet people in the church where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, and to feel like they're already family, it just goes to show that that's like what we're made for too. It's not only for God, but like we're made for family, for each other. And when you're in it, you're like, dang, I'm home.
Yeah.
It's home.
Yeah, that's what church feels like, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I wandered this earth so long just trying to meet somebody just to be like, and we're on the same page.
You're my bro, right?
Yeah,
like we're together.
Like I got you, you got me.
Yeah.
You promise? Like you know what I mean? Like that relationship. And
wow.
I know it sounds like a cool kids club what I'm about to say, but when you're a friend and you know his master and his master is God, right? So when I'm away from people, I know that sounds like cocky to say this, but it's like when somebody doesn't want to be my friend, I'm like, all right, kick rocks, bro. Like, you'll never find a friend like me. Yeah. And this is the reason why. Because when you walk away, the promises that I made you, I know that my God watched me make that promise.
Yeah, and he holds you accountable.
So even when you hurt me or do anything, I'm still going to hold true to my word because it's not just me holding on to it. It's my God. Yeah. So I hold it responsible. Even if I saw you hurt me, or I saw you cheat me, or I saw you steal from me, I'm still going to be your friend. And I'm still going to be there for you. Because ready for this? And this is going to hurt. I cheated and wronged and hurt my friend above me. So sometimes when my friends let me down, and I just go to God and I complain about them, like, you know who sucks? And I'm like, you know that
Not
person.
me.
Yeah. You know who really shouldn't be here? And then when I take a moment after I'm done just dumping all this negative words onto my God's ear, and then I remember, oh, that's his kid too.
He loves them.
Yeah. And then God hits me with the, hey, you know you treated me worse than that.
You know you're no better, right?
And I loved you, even when you were a cuckoo head
Yeah.
that was smoking pot. And I keep bringing it up. I'm so sorry. When you're a kooky head and you're doing very bad things, I still loved you and cared for you. So it gives you a heart.
It does.
And I think this is where, and by the way, I'm still practicing this. I'm not 100% sure with this, but there's a greater feeling instead of being loved and loving.
No, isn't there?
Yes.
It's way more fulfilling.
I finally
to
understand
love people.
I finally understand it when the guy who comes to Jesus says, I'll do anything. What do you want me to follow you? And he says, sell your possessions. The guy walked away weeping. And I think we hold on so true to our material things.
Yeah.
But people like us who love God might not hold on to material things, but we'll hold on to relationships,
Yeah.
or we'll hold on to work, or we'll hold on to still things that are not holy and forever. And I think that's the challenge. Is like, well, God, like, I thought we were good with her. Why did that person have to leave my life? And you have to humble yourself and say, hey, God has a plan for them too. And you cannot be the God of your friends and the God. Sometimes when we get so caught up speaking God's life and watching what it does, that we're convinced that it's like our work that we're rolling up our sleeves.
Wow.
It's a crazy thing. That's why like when like people like, are you a preacher? Are you a teacher? Are you this? I'm like, whoa. Don't put that message on me, dog. Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm a podcaster who's funny, who thank God he gave me subscribers. Like, that's all I am. Because once you get to the head level of like, I'm holy and I could put my hands on you and I could bless your life. Bro, I think that is the easiest way to become a wolf because you're not going to know what's actually him and you. And a lot of people, like, for example, have other religions and they have good faith in it and they could see miracles happen in front of them. But we're so dumb, we can't tell what a miracle is versus a curse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the curses that we have in our life were blessings. And a lot of blessings in our life might have been curses. And we're sitting here like thanking God for a curse.
Wait, can you use an example?
Money.
Yeah.
A lot of people that brought a lot of money, they'll be like, well, God gave this to me. But it's like, yeah, but God, much is given, much is tested.
Yeah.
So if you're a millionaire, you're going to be thrown a lot more responsibility and self-control than somebody who's mopping up a Wendy's. You're going to be tempted with lust, with power, with control. If God's going to give you that, let's put it this way. King David was after God's heart. And he was caught in a position that he cheated on his wife and killed his friend.
Yeah.
But that was still the man that God loved and was
Yeah.
like, this man I'm going to build a nation on. That's crazy to me. Do you remember when the guy came up to him, the prophet, and he says, this man stole something, I think it was like chickens or goats.
Yeah.
And he was basically wording it in a way what David did. And David goes, this man needs to be killed and be put down and be,
Yeah.
and then the prophet goes, that's you. God was
Right.
talking about you. And he literally looks at him and goes, oh, wait, hold up. And so then he had to lose, I think he lost his sons over it. Like there was death that came after that.
Yeah.
I have to brush up on this.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a prophet that came and basically told him what this man did, didn't tell him that it was David.
He's talking about him.
Yeah. And David goes, put this man to death. I think he said he had to be put down to death twice or something like that.
Okay.
I think he lost like 2 sons. Do I have to bring up ChatGPT
Yeah, because
again?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know this either. Do you know?
No.
Right.
Oy. I got to get better at remembering this. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Just could you cut to the chase, man? We have a guest here. I'm not remembering the Bible verse. Do you remember the prophet that came up to King David and he said, you know, this guy did these sins, and David's like, oh, that guy needs to die. Okay. And then the guy's like, you know what? Come to think of it, that guy's you.
Oh, I got you. That's the story of the prophet Nathan confronting King David. Is in the book of 2 Samuel, where Nathan tells David this parable and then reveals that David is actually the man in the story. It's a pretty powerful moment.
And who dies over it? Was it his son who dies over it?
Yeah, that's right. As a consequence of David's actions, the child that he had with Bathsheba
Yeah.
becomes.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just still blown away at how human that sounds.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a little. I'm scared. We might actually be in the end times.
Well, did you see what they
Whoa.
call him the Godfather of AI? That's what they call them.
I
not
saw
Who?
something about it
Who's
on
the
Instagram,
Godfather?
and I kept scrolling.
What are you guys talking about?
Right.
So
Why do you guys
well,
keep doing this? Why
I'm
am I
about to
lost?
explain it.
I'm here, guys.
Relax.
I'm here.
I'm literally about to explain it, and you're like, "What are you talking about?"
I'm also lost. If that helps you, I
Thank
don't
you.
know.
Hey, but we're found.
But wait, but we're found.
You jumped
By
so
the way, you
quick.
dapped me up and grabbed
was
me like you're
ready.
Donald Trump, dude. Dude, this is you. This is you. Do the dap, the normal dap with me.
Well, I was ready to.
And
ready
this
to
is her.
just do
Do that.
this. And then it was not out
I
of the
need
socket.
you to relax. I'm gonna need you to relax.
Are you
I'm
okay?
fine. I'm
Are you
fine.
sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I don't know if that looked exactly like how I did it, but
That look. Are you still onto yourself?
what?
I just hurt my wife.
Oh, sorry. She's
This
fine. She said she was
This
fine.
is George after like a shot, 2 shots of espresso. Are you
I
okay?
took coffee because I was like excited to meet you. I'm
Right.
so sorry.
So,
I'm
but
sorry.
it's
I was trying to,
almost
you know how
7.
Trump, he pulls people
Yes.
in?
Yeah. No, I know.
I
I,
didn't
know
mean
that's
to
what you were
do
going for. Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
I'm okay. It's okay. It's fine.
Just-
George doesn't talk for the rest of the pod episode. He just sits there.
I just feel so bad because I didn't know that was gonna happen. I thought you were gonna be like, haha, that's so funny. That is like Trump.
You just
And then-
forgot how dainty and little your wife was. That's all.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Just forgot. She's just a little feather.
Dude.
I'm just a girl. No.
God.
But what I was gonna say about the AI guy,
Yeah.
was that so
The
he
grandfather.
Yes, he's like the grandfather or the godfather of AI. I don't know what they call him, but he got awarded like a really big prestigious award. What was it? He got a Nobel Prize for this, for being whatever he did with AI.
Yeah, so but what did he
and
do with
as
AI?
he thanked, he was one of the people who put it together, who created it.
Okay.
So he created AI. He was part of the people why this exists. And when he thanked everybody, for this award, part of his thanks was actually warning everybody of what AI will do to the future and how it's dangerous. And we need to figure out how to get ahead of AI so that it doesn't take over and do malicious things
we
to
probably
us.
would witness that, right? We're still young enough.
Booga booga.
No, like serious.
No,
I
we
don't get
will.
worried about any of that stuff
We will. But it was just interesting
Why are
that,
you doing that?
because I had coffee.
Right. Okay. He's like, I'm not nervous.
No. I'm very sorry. I threw you into the mic.
You're fine. It's fine.
No, I sounded like I heard it. Like, anyways, but the reason I don't get worried about that is because, dude, all it is lies. Like, when the 2000 happens, they thought computers were going to crash and kill
That's
everybody. 2012, the Mayans, apparently their calendar wasn't right. Like,
But
there's
this is coming from somebody who's literally helped create it,
Who
though. Does that?
He created it.
Who
He's just
cares?
it's just very interesting. We're living in a time where he's like, I created this, but by the way, be careful because
Why'd you create it?
they're
Then?
creating
If it wasn't him, it was somebody else. But here's the thing: whatever is written is written. Like how the world is going to end and what's going on, it's
killing
like
me right now.
what?
The legs. It's just a little distracting.
Bro, what
dude,
was
that's
in this
why-
double shot,
Georgie,
dude?
that's why I tapped you yesterday. So we had Dr. Josh Axe yesterday, and you were doing this while
Why?
he's talking. And I'm like, and the first time you did it, I was like, he's gonna stop. You stopped after 2 times. I was like, okay.
Dude, I shouldn't have caffeine.
20 minutes later, Georgie,
Tommy, stop,
He's
bro.
He's giving us a deep exclamation on something, and you're like this. And so that's why I was like, and you looked at me, you're like, what? And I was like,
doesn't even
I can't
realize.
tell you what I'm tapping you for.
Yeah.
What?
She said your ADD is on fire right now.
Oh, it's been like way too much.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why, and I'll explain to you. Coffee.
One word. Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway.
I'm not worried about the chat GPT taking over, dude. I think it's a tool. Like, I
It is a
can't stop it. Stop. I knew this was gonna happen, bro. I felt that.
What have we done?
Well,
We've done
you're
nothing.
ganging up on me, and if you do it again, I will throw the mic at you. But
You see how
purposely
he
this
is?
time.
On purpose.
You see?
Could you stop doing that? You're distracting me.
What did I do?
He's such a dweeb. Let me ask you this.
Let me ask you this. Can I ask you a question?
My nose gets itchy.
By the way, Belle, for some reason, gets so phlegmy on podcasts that every time she asks a profound question, she goes,
I do have to clear
Doctor.
my throat a lot on podcasts.
It's crazy.
I
I've
don't know
never
why.
seen it
I'm
before.
saying this because I would be so insecure after that. I'd be
Oh.
like, oh,
Oh,
no.
hey,
No,
hey.
but it's true. No,
It
it's
works.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, you know what it feels like being hosting a show with Lilo and Stitch? Dude, I'd just be like, hey, what's up? And she'll be like, Hannah means family, and family means nobody gets left behind.
He's getting back to me because I told him to chill out. No, but he's it's true though.
I wasn't getting back at you, but I'm starting to feel like you're not moving on from that situation.
No, but it is true. For some reason,
Just ask her the question that you cleared your snot for.
don't put me on the hot seat and I can't explain why I get flippy
All right, we're
on
gonna just
podcasts.
create. We're gonna leave.
We're going to take a quick
space.
break real quick.
We'll be right back after this brief intermission.
But it is a problem, and it does happen to me. And when I'm talking to people, all of a sudden, I have to clear my throat a lot, only on podcasts.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have allergies.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is.
So, okay.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you.
I'm so ready for this.
Okay. Stop it. If you had to share one thing that you thought was really important to girls, because I know your audience, is mainly girls, right? What's something that you feel is really valuable for them to hear right now?
In regards to like just life or Jesus or
If you had something on your heart that you felt like was important for them to hear, with everything that's currently going on, with how maybe, our society is, with how women currently are functioning at this moment, like what's something that you feel could be helpful for them to hear?
yeah. And I know this is like a universal thing. Like this is a thing probably for both men and women. So I don't want to like disqualify that. But I think the word that popped into my head was worthiness. And I just think that was something that I struggled with a lot. Just being a woman and in the culture that can be curated sometimes in, within women, there's a lot of comparison. There's a lot of feelings of unworthiness, not being beautiful enough, not being wanted enough. And so I think that the biggest thing that helped me with my worthiness, like if that's something that you're struggling with, I don't know, it's just what I heard, is that the only place that I could find true worthiness in was Jesus. Like I was just seeking worthiness in so many other things, like, whether that was on my makeup skills or if I was wearing like the cutest outfits or whatever, or, if this one guy would just date me, and so, yeah, I would just encourage like all of my girly listeners that there is worthiness, but it's in Jesus, and I've never felt more beautiful than being loved by him. Like truly, it's great. Like, and he validates me in all those ways. It sounds kind of cheesy and silly, but he's like, Allie, you're so beautiful to me, And so I think like, yeah, getting that worthiness from Jesus.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's so
Does
true.
that make sense?
It totally
Yeah, it
makes
gives
sense.
you confidence.
Yeah, he gives me confidence.
100%. I've never felt more confident than having a relationship with him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is my favorite podcast.
Stop! Don't say that. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
sweet.
This is really good.
Because you've had some really great guests.
Yeah. Wait, am I not allowed to say that? I could say that. I can say I love
He
this
can say
episode.
that.
He can say
He
that.
can say that. Oh, thank
What
you
is your
guys.
like favorite thing to do when you're not working?
When I'm not working?
Like right now, I want to learn how to fly a plane.
You do?
Yeah, dude.
Are you going to do that at some
Yeah,
point
yeah,
in your
yeah,
life?
yeah.
That's cool.
So what do you got going on that you're like,
I want to learn guitar.
that's sick, dude.
Yeah, I know 3 chords right now, and I've been saying that since December. I haven't tried to know any more chords, but I want to be good at playing like an instrument, and I have a guitar. And I used to have long nails, and I felt the Lord say guitar and cut your nails because you can't with the long nails.
Yeah.
But I want to learn how to play guitar, and I want to write songs.
Yeah, the music's calling you.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about writing hymns?
No. How did you hear about hymns?
You.
How do you? I know.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a bit.
Bro, you threw
That
me
was a
off,
bit.
dog. I was like,
Should I act?
you should. You should.
Maybe I'll dabble into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd be great at it.
Yeah. Thanks. I mean, I just convinced you. I thought you were gonna catch on. I was like, "Where'd you learn
No,
that?"
I was like,
You're like,
hello.
Allie, where did you go, Allie? Yeah.
No. I think it's beautiful because you're in this point of your life where, you're worshiping God in your way, right? With your words, you're inspiring people. And now he's like, okay, now sing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
I love
It's
that.
true.
How did you meet the Girls Gone Bible?
The internet.
That's it,
How
huh?
we all connect, I guess.
So you guys just DM'd each other and you're like, hey, girl.
Hey, girl. No, I think it was like I connected with Angie first, and so I think it was just one of those things where it was like, oh, cute girl who loves Jesus, same. Like I don't know, just like I want to be your friend. And so, yeah, we just followed each other on Instagram. And then it was funny, actually, because when I first started to follow the Lord, I was going to, will that get...
No, you're fine. You're
okay.
fine. Yeah. This is a very busy street.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I was starting to go to Mosaic Church, and I was going alone because I didn't really have any friends that were like on fire for Jesus like
That
I
was
was.
my first place I went alone to.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad it's not there anymore, actually.
It's gone?
Well, I don't know where they went, but they're not in that building anymore.
It's not there anymore?
No.
They moved. They got another location.
Where did...
After the father and son started getting popular on social media, they were able to find a new location. I'll
Find a
So
new
is it a bigger
location.
location?
That's a big location.
Is it bigger then? Like they...
I remember, and I don't want to say anything disrespectful. I just remember they were struggling to pay.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But that was, yeah.
I remember going there, dude, and the whole message was like, "Do you guys want us to be here?" And I was like, oh. I felt like you know when you walk into a family's house and they're talking where you forgot that you have guests. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you have that?
Yeah.
My Middle Eastern family didn't care about guests. If anybody was in the home and we had to talk, they'd talk.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, but I hope they're doing good. His
Yeah.
name was Erwin, right? Erwin or Edwin?
No, I think you're right, Erwin.
Erwin.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw Ange and Ari there.
Oh, nice.
But I was too scared to go up to them because I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm here all by myself. So like, we didn't really connect in person until I ran into Ange at Passion of like, I don't know, when was that? Not this past Passion, but the one before. And yeah, I don't know. And then I moved here. And so, well, I say that because I lived in Nashville for a little bit. I went and I lived in Nashville for like 5 months. Then
Why?
I came back. The Lord told me to go.
A quick trip?
Well, I didn't think it was going to be quick, actually. So I lived in LA for a year. I'm in this journey of finding the Lord, whatever. I'm not finding any community. I'm like convinced that LA is dead in the sense of like people
Well, you
who are
came
really...
at 223. That's COVID, right?
Yeah, we were kind of on the tail end a little bit.
Oh, okay,
2023.
gotcha.
I don't know.
But it was like, that's the, bro, like,
It was a
2023 was a weird time.
Yeah,
in
because
LA.
it was like we were out of it, but it was still eerie. Like no one was.
Yeah.
it was
Nobody
really
knows how to
dead.
talk to people.
Yeah,
Good. How are
yeah.
you? Good.
Yeah. How are you? Good. Today? Now? Bye. Like yeah, we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I did kind of come at a weird time, but I think that the Lord also kind of kept me sheltered in a way where if I had found like solid community, I don't think I would have ever left LA. And I think that Nashville was like a very important part of my journey because I got really discipled in Nashville. Like I met a lot of really incredible on fire people in Nashville. And that was when I was like experiencing the gifts of the Spirit. Like I was hearing tongues for the first time. I was experiencing prophecy. And like, I mean, the first year of me and Jesus, it was just me and Jesus in my apartment. Like I didn't have any type of community like sharpening me outside of like, you know, watching sermons or whatever online. And so when I moved to Nashville, I felt the Lord be like, all right, you're going to Nashville now. And at that point I was like, cool, like LA is whack. I don't even have the same, you know, my heart posture was different. Like I moved to LA and it was very much like self-seeking, like whatever, lights, camera, action for Allie. And so because my heart was changing and I was like, no, it's not about me. It was harder for me to relate with people in the city, you know? And so, yeah, I moved to Nashville. I met my best friend, Ashley. And then ironically enough, we had an opportunity. So I'm living in Nashville for like 3 or 4 months at that time. And I'm like getting discipled and it's like the best. I'm like getting so expedited in the Spirit at that point. And Angela had reached out and said, hey, Ari and I want you to have, we want you and Ash to come out on the podcast. And so I was like, this is awesome. I just lived in LA. Ashley had never been before. So I was like, we can stay for a week. I'll show you around, whatever.
Is Ashley your co-host?
No, she's just my best friend. We
Got
just
it.
do a lot of life together.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And so we went out there, did the podcast, and then, yeah, I don't know, one thing led to another where it was just like, we were meeting all of these incredible people who were on fire for Jesus. We were meeting a lot of people through Circuit Riders. Do you guys know who Circuit Riders are? They're based out of, it's a ministry out of Huntington Beach. They're amazing.
Oh, I love
They're
Huntington.
amazing.
Yeah,
me too.
Love Huntington.
I'm about to go down to Huntington after this, actually.
Oh,
Do you go to 00 Pizzeria?
No? Guys,
when you
I'll
go-
do it.
Oh, yeah. When you go,
I'll do it. Wait, 00 Pizzeria?
Yeah, it's on Main Street. You know where Main Street is?
Yeah.
Do you know the Starbucks on Main Street?
Yeah.
So that corner, this is the Starbucks. Just keep going
Wait,
this
I
way.
actually think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's like
But
a
I've
little,
never walked in it.
little spot. 00. It's owned by an Italian family. The man who, it's him, like the dad. It's the, I don't know.
It's him. He's it. It's
It's
him.
the man.
Him.
It's
the
him.
Italian man. I don't know what, you know,
It's
the
his.
owner.
Sure.
And his wife and his daughter, I think sometimes works there too. And, you know, it's like the real Italian pizza. They use the good Italian flour. Ooh, my favorite one's the pesto one.
Okay.
The wife makes the pesto at home. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
ASAP.
It's really good.
Wow. And I'm from New York, so like pizza's important to me, you know?
So you've had Joe's Pizza here, right?
Yeah.
By Santa Monica?
Yeah.
That one slaps.
I have. It's good.
That's the
it's
one.
good.
00 Pizzeria beats it.
Really?
By a
Is it
little
super
bit. Not-
greasy?
What,
no,
beats it?
No,
You think
no,
it beats-
I hate greasy pizza.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
And if you do, the only thing you do is take a bunch of napkins and you just...
Yeah, my mom would do that a lot. So she would take her little napkin. Yeah. She's still around. She's here with us, but yeah.
Now
when I grew
imagine
up-
doing that and then dapping your face with it.
What? Do you do that? Is that like a new skincare thing? No, I don't want to imagine that. That's gross.
What were you saying?
So, what?
I felt like when I was saying that, you said something.
Oh, you were just talking about the pizza because I was talking about Circuit Riders.
No, you
Huntington
asked
Beach.
me, do you really think it's better than Joe's?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
just all. That's all I said. I said, do you really think that? Joe's is better than 00?
No, I thought 00 was better.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
I
what
thought
he
you said
said.
the other way around. Okay.
Yeah, he said 00 is
questioning.
better than Joe's.
Thanks for backing me on this one.
And you agree.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
You and the Gigabytes should go try it.
Okay, we will. The gigabytes is crazy.
So you and the Circuit Riders.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it was a whirlwind, y'all. But one thing led to another, where I felt like God was nudging and being like, "By the way, consider coming back." And I was like, "That's hilarious." I just unboxed all of my stuff. Like I had only been living in Nashville for like 3 months at that point, and I thought Nashville was gonna be it for me. Like I was like, white picket fence. I'm gonna meet my man. Like I'm gonna settle down. There's all these great Christians, and yeah, we were fasting and praying about it, Ashley and I, and we felt led to come back out here. So my running joke is like, the Lord literally moved me across the country. Granted, that was like such a growing season for me. There was so much fruit in that, but literally, I mean, that's where I met Ashley, and then she came back with me. So he kind of gave me like my running partner. She's like the Jonathan to my David, you know, or whatever. Yeah, she's the best. And so, yeah, so I moved back out here, and it's been like the most redemptive thing with just community and everything. And then that's when I got to get really close with Angela and Ari. So
Wonderful.
Yeah, Huntington's sick. Newport's sick too.
yep.
Yeah, I've been going up there a few times recently.
You have? For what?
My buddy Pat is up there. He was the one that created
Ruka.
Ruka. Sorry, my
RVCA?
brain.
Ruka.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he now created this new brand I've been wearing. I wore it on the last 2 episodes of the podcast.
That's awesome.
But he's such a sweet dude, and I just go up there and like they'll do jujitsu and like hang out and stuff. But he's really
That's
really
so cool.
Yeah, they're sick, dude. Like the guys out there, they're like all these crazy jujitsu kids, and all they want to do is surf and hang out with each other.
Stop.
Like these two brothers, I believe their name's Ruotolo brothers. I could be wrong. I'm dyslexic and not completely smart. And
Yes, you are, George.
I was sitting there, and you know what's so funny? Every time I go somewhere, I'm always asking God to like reveal something that I'm learning.
Yeah.
And recently, I've been really trying to practice this craft that I've been doing, and I really think I'm good at it. In fact, I really think I could be the best at it. And it was like the first time I really felt that. But God has me so busy, I wasn't able to practice this. But every time I go and I practice this, like people come up to me and be like, "Dude, this is like really weirdly good." And these are people, not just like that are watching me, these are my mentors and people that I look up to.
Wow.
So it means a lot to me, but I felt a lot of guilt in my heart because I haven't been able to practice. And so like I'm doing my best. And it got to the place where like I would go to bed at 6 a.m. and wake up at like 9 or 10.
Jeez.
And I was just getting like really wrecked. But then I felt guilty because I was like, dude, I'm not doing enough for God. I'm not doing enough. I got to do more. I got to do more.
Yeah, that
And
performance.
then I met the Ruotolo brothers. Ruotolo brothers? I believe I'm saying it right. But there's these two guys and they do jiu-jitsu. I met one of the brothers. And I thought that these dudes are like training like from break of dawn to nighttime. And then when I'm sitting there and watching them, they're obviously extremely talented. And when I mean they're ridiculously good, like I've never seen anybody do jiu-jitsu like these kids.
Wow.
Like they're grabbing grown men that are champions and throwing them around like they're Hulk. Like
Wow.
it's insane. It's above comprehension level. And so I sat there and I'm like, okay, these guys are the best in their field. And their trainer described them as reining in cats. All they want to do is hang out with their best friends and go surfing.
Oh.
And they're freaking prodigies. And so I remember sitting in the sauna with him and working out with him and talking to him. And what I gathered, not from his words, but from just his essence, that he knows he's number one here.
Wow.
And God was telling me, he goes, like, you don't understand, like, a belief goes farther than work ethic. Like, if you really believe, then you'll be able to work that hard. But you have to start with belief. And that was one of the things that I learned hanging out with them. I was like, their faith is incredible.
Yeah, it kind of ties back to just faith. It has to be faith first.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
If you look at all the greatest in the world, that's all all of them have in common is their faith.
It takes faith.
Do you remember when we were kids and they say, if you really believe it and see it, you could achieve it?
Yeah.
I don't hear people pouring into children this way anymore. I remember watching like Disney Channel and like I would walk away.
There's a lot more hope, bro. There was a lot more hope.
Like Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
You walked away being like, I gotta find Sean. I gotta find Sean.
Yeah.
And then now I'm watching it and I'm like, I'm 40. What am I doing watching Disney Channel? It's so funny. But
it's true.
have you ever been surfing before?
No, I've never been surfing.
I really want to go surfing.
Have you been surfing before?
No, but it's one of my fears that I want to overcome and go learn.
So see, it's kind of a fear of mine too.
Is it because it's like unknown?
It's probably what you think it is.
Sharks?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Wait,
do you
no,
go
maybe
swim
not
in the
him.
ocean?
That's so funny, dude. Obviously, that's what I'm going towards. Like, oh, you just don't know what's underneath you. It could be a shark. And
Yeah,
I
you
was
said it in like a really fun, mysterious way. I'm like, dude, sharks. That's it. We don't have to like make it this big prophetic thing where you're like, it's the unknown, it's the
But
sharks.
for me, it's the unknown. That's why
Yeah.
I don't want to do it because I just don't know what's underneath me.
That's true. Or jellyfish, or there's
you
other
kn-
dangers.
But you know what? Would you swim in the ocean?
I don't do it a lot.
You don't?
No.
Are you still even a little spooked then?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Maybe this will help you.
Yeah.
What you're gonna say?
Because no, but it's true, because I love swimming in the ocean. I've never been worried about like, creepers and things. But sometimes it's like as you get older, things start to scare you a little bit more.
I do not like the whole I don't know what's under me type thing. So you're right. No, I'm going back.
You're like, I realize that I'm-
prophetic.
I feel bad for me.
prophetic.
Because you're right, that's actually the root.
Yes.
It's not even just the shark.
Exactly.
The
It's like
root-
flying on a plane with turbulence because you're not in control.
Yeah, it's the root of I don't know what's under me.
Yeah, of
Thank
course,
you.
which is creepy.
You're right, George.
Yeah.
Genius. Okay.
But I feel like as you grow older, then you start to have more fears because you're like, this could happen. I'm gonna get hurt, and that means if I get hurt, there's all that stuff, right? So as I've realized that, like, when I started to like have these fears, I'm like, oh, I didn't have those before, but now I realize, well, hold on, because I have a relationship with God, and God can make me like, if I have faith that He's gonna protect me, and obviously use wisdom to know like what's safe and what's not
Yeah,
safe.
because this
and
isn't an excuse to just do stupid stuff where you're
Of
like, God's
course.
gonna protect me. I'm gonna jump off
Doesn't
of
matter.
this
The building's
building.
on fire.
Of
Like,
course.
watch this.
That's not what
that
I
was
mean
his
at
last
all.
words.
But at the end of the day, like, He told us that how does He say when He said that we not reign over animals, but we have jurisdiction over the animals?
Dominion.
We have dominion over
yeah,
the
that's
animals,
Genesis.
right?
Yeah.
And animals are like, they're our friends, and you see like those videos of people where they're able to like go up to lions and they cuddle with them,
No,
and
that
they have
scares
like a
me.
beautiful relationship with them, right? But I think that they just need to feel that your spirit is at peace. And so sometimes, like, if I get a little bit spooked, if I'm going in the ocean and I get that little slight thing of like, ooh, I don't know what's gonna come to me, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Like, I'm covered in like Jesus' peace, and like, so like God, like, let these animals know that I'm here and I don't want to hurt them, and I want them to come up to me. Like, don't let me be afraid, because those are you created these animals and you created us, so like I go into it with knowing like I have his power, like His strength,
Yeah.
and then it gives me peace, and I feel like I'm truly protected, if that makes sense.
I love that.
Yeah,
I've never heard it be explained that way. I love it.
Is that
actually.
weird?
Imagine the sharks in the water. They're like,
Yeah, and you're like, hey,
man, am I
bestie.
hungry? And they see you, they're like, nah, she's anointed.
But she's got peace.
I don't
I'll
know.
tell you
is
what,
that
if I
weird?
saw a shark,
I think
I
it's
would
great.
run on water. I would just be like,
I think it's great.
Of course, you see,
Because I think a lot
go
of
with
times too, like, I mean, I don't know how sharks operate, but like, I don't know, if you're encountering like a coyote or something, like maybe that would definitely apply, where it's like, they're scared because you're scared because, and there's that weird tension. But if you're like, peace be with you, I don't know, maybe.
oh, they're circling me. They're welcoming me into their bunch. Oh, it's talking to me.
No, but listen, you guys are laughing, but we're supposed to be more connected to like Earth, and we're supposed to be more connected to like nature and the animals that are around us. You know what I mean? And so that's why you see some people have these crazy relationships with wild animals.
That is really interesting, how people can have a full-blown relationship with a giant lion.
I think
But
that's
then
what
I hear
they're-
stories about people owning chimpanzees, like, and they were best friends. I love what you're saying. I'm not discrediting it, but I'm just like, I know that there are stories though too where people have like raised a baby monkey to be this giant ape, and then it kills it like 30
Oh, well,
years.
that's just because that's monkey business. I'm so sorry.
That was so stupid.
It was so unserious.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I
so then
think
what
that-
happened there?
It's true. I don't know.
Don't ever turn on us. We love you.
Actually, no, we were always worried about that because golden doodles get really jealous.
They get jealous?
One of my friends has a baby and they had to like put their dog in their parents' house because it would always growl at the baby.
Oh my.
Well, yeah, they're just sad that, the attention's not
Yeah, they're like,
on
what is
them
this little
anymore.
thing?
Yeah. You just have to, I think it's, I don't know.
No,
I'm not too worried about it,
He
honestly.
gets so.
He's
Like
super
if we
jealous.
hug each other, if I lift her, he'll bite her butt.
He'll be like, don't do that.
Yeah, he'll like put her down, pick me up. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Ask her.
It's definitely a jealousy thing. It's like,
Yeah.
what about me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, but since he's been born, all we've done is get in front of his face and be like, "Oh my God, who's
Right.
the
So
best?"
you guys did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's perfect.
Yeah. You have any animals?
I do. I have 2 dogs.
What's their names?
Gracie and Daisy.
Gracie
Gracie
and
May and
Daisy.
Daisy Ray. Yeah, they're my girls. Gracie is a 6-year-old boxer, and then Daisy is a little miniature doxy.
So cute. Show me a picture earlier. They're so cute.
So cute.
Well, hopefully next time that we have a conversation, you have music to show us.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be so great.
I can't wait. I'm
Thanks.
actually really excited to hear your music because now that I know that God's putting in your heart to do it, I already know He has a song ready for your lips to sing. So that's kind of cool.
Thanks, George.
That's really cool.
He probably does, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We hear the song, we're like, this ain't it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, can you imagine? I'll be like, just bear with me. It's my first time. It's my first time.
Oh, it's so funny. Dude, thank you so much for coming over and having a conversation with us.
me, guys. This was so fun.
Thank you.
I
thank
love
you.
this. Yeah, you guys.
Sorry, I was super hyper and I hurt my wife.
It's okay, man. That's Grace. You didn't
So
hurt her.
embarrassed.
She's fine.
That's probably going down as my most embarrassing moment on a podcast.
And
And
you're-
I've had quite amounts.
And he's going to just put it out there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it be shown.
We're a blurred. Obviously, it's too violent. I can't put that out there.
No, it wasn't. It's
Wasn't.
crazy.
Jeez.
Oh, my gosh.
That's so funny. Well, yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully, we
Guys,
can do this
thank
again
you.
very soon.
I would love that.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.